Yeah, folks, Quill18 here, and man, oh man, am I ever hyped for today, because the Steam edition of Dwarf Fortress is finally here, and we are going to strike the earth. I hope everyone is hyped. Will there be ray tracing? Of course, we've got everything turned up to the max, anti-aliasing, ambient occlusion, other things that exist in video cardy situations. Hope everyone's got their hat on. Hope everyone's got their stone mug at the ready. Hold on. We got to get our mug industry ready to go, you guys. Bam! Let's hype. FOV sliders. Sliders to the maximum, including bird screeching sounds. Or potentially their dog sounds or pig sounds. We're not sure what it was in that video that was so loud. We'll see about adjusting. I suspect ambient sounds we're going to be bringing down a bit as we play here, and see if that improviates those sounds. I didn't notice them while doing my little quick recording yesterday, but yeah, we'll see. How much elven traders are we going to scam? Treat properly? Yeah, down to like a bird to me. Total Biscuit would be angry at the lack of an FOV slider. Yeah, Total Biscuit I don't think would have played this game, but definitely would have talked about it on the podcast, I think. Does it look like it would support ultra-wide monitors? I mean, probably. I'm running it in windowed mode right now, and I could stretch it wide. Probably that works. I don't know. Bird volume screech at 2,000%. Apparently, yeah, there was a fight too, but I was just focused on showcasing other things. So before the stream started, ooh, feels like it's getting loud already. Nice music though, I gotta say. Never played nor really seen Dwarf Fortress. How new friendly is this stream? Pillow, we're gonna do our best to try to explainify things as we go, and I'm planning on making some very tutorial style videos over here. So before we started, I generated the world, because when you start Dwarf Fortress, the first thing you have to do before you start playing is you have to generate the world. It's all procedurally generated with a massive amount of history. Every person who's ever lived or died in the world gets simulated and gets a full life, which is crazy. We're going to do the subs in just a sec here. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you can go into legend mode and read up about each individual that ever lived. For example, I actually posted earlier in Discord, I was taking a quick look-see at our world. A lot of people want us to play. There's a number of dwarven civilizations that exist in this world, but in Discord, whoa, that music. In Discord, a lot of people thought that the dwarven civilization known as the Confusing Spears was interesting. So I looked up the current ruler of the Confusing Spears. The first one was a queen. She died in the year 46. We're currently in the year 100 over here since the world was created. We're currently in the Age of Myth. So in the year 46, Silab Furlibash, whose last name means beast axe in the dwarven tongue, became king of the Confusing Spears. That was after living a life as a scout for a while, and wandering the world somewhat. And then since becoming king, he did have a series of lovers, and currently still has one. So good for them. Excellent. They've got some kids. They've got 2 daughters and 2 sons. So this king of ours has lived a pretty big life. Maybe if we can get our fortress built up to an impressive level, the king will decide to name our fortress the capital of our civilization and come to live with us. We will see. Any reason not to generate a 500-year world? Well, here's the thing. I actually just left the settings to the default. This time around, just to see what it would be like. So I left the defaults, which in Steam, so in the classic version download, it defaults to 250 years. In the Steam edition, it defaults to 100 years. You can make a much longer history. A, it does take longer to generate. B, the longer the history of the world, the fewer forgotten beasts you might have, because they get killed over time. Because forgotten beasts got spawned with creation of the world and can get killed over time. So you get fewer forgotten beasts, but the number of vampires and werewolves increases over time. Other than that, I'm not sure there's a tremendous difference in terms of age. I suppose there might be fewer artifacts now, but that was kind of interesting. I thought that's going to be okay. So we're going to have, we have 100 years of history in the world, where I left everything else the default that Steam set up to, because I wanted to see what they've got. We might make some adjustments somewhere else. Tynan's swimming buckets right now. I mean, I'm betting Tynan's just as happy as everyone else that Dwarf Fortress is a thing. I don't know if there's that much competition between the two, as much as each increasing each other, so we'll see. Oh, Quilma, most like a dwarf. Thank you, Jim White.
Hey, Quill,
So
pay attention.
we have to choose where we're going to settle. And we're going to do that now. Let me bring down the desktop audio just temporarily for now. Just because it does feel like the game sounds are kind of on the loud side. Once we get in the game, I'll adjust the sliders and stuff and see how it goes. Are there mouse controls? Abso-freaking-lutely. Keyboard control is entirely still in the game, but mouse controls are very well integrated. Anyway, let's pick. Oh, how are we doing names? That's a great question, Gene C. You know what? I might as well pull people out of the queue for the names. We will see. We will see. So, I did a search for suitable embark locations. This area over here of the world, this is where our civilization is. All these bits over here, these are holdings from the confusing spears. You can see over here. The other dwarven holdings are in other places of the world, but the confusing spears are up here. I did like this little island here, but I don't think we would get any traders and merchants and things like that. So I think what we'll do is we'll sort of be near the home territory. It should help to ensure that dwarven traders reach us, which is really good. And I kind of feel like going north and inland. So I feel I'm going to go and settle somewhere over here. And yeah, these green highlighting spots are the ones that match my search criteria, which is just to make sure there's some iron and flux-stone and no aquifer, because they didn't want to deal with it. Although a light aquifer is actually pretty easy to deal with, so we'll see. So yeah, maybe we could consider somewhere over here. I'm just going to go, I'm going to shrink, I'm going to use a 3x3 area. 4x4 has always been the default in Dwarf Fortress, but I always did feel like 3x3 you don't really lose much, and actually the game can run a little bit smoother. And there's something about slightly more constrained space that's kind of interesting. Oh wait, you can't gamble points. Can you not use the points to redeem a name in game? D-Trucks? Because it's not a gamble, it's a queue. If you can't do that at all, then you're right, that isn't good. You can redeem points. Okay, yeah, because it's not a gamble. It's only 100k right now, just because we've never really used points, so for a long time it accumulated. The idea was to run it at 10k, but that like overfilled super fast. So we're doing 100k like it's like the early Kickstarter supporter pack or whatever to get in. I didn't even think of that. Oh my god, we got a poutine coming this way. Dinner is sorted. Woohoo! Thank you very much. Thank you so much. All right, what about like just this spot over here in the woods? You know what I like about the woods? Ooh. I'd actually want to mouse over and look more. But as I say, you know what I like about the woods? You get to cut down a lot of trees and really upset the elves. That sounds like a good thing to me. So we're gonna leave the default. There are actually a lot of custom settings that you can tune for your difficulty and things right away. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave the default. So enemies normal, economy normal. We'll just leave it as is. That sounds fine. I guess we can prepare for the journey carefully. To start off with, the play now, I have to say this this default embark is actually pretty good. Right. I'm guessing we had 2 get sent in simultaneously. Because normally it blocks it. If someone sends in a treat stream, it blocks it for 4 hours. So I think those got sent in simultaneously, which I thank you, because this means a Kiss for Lux dinner is also sorted. We were talking about doing salad tonight. Maybe she'll have the salad, I'll have the poutine. Or we'll do something. We'll see. Thank you. Dinner for Ava. Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, leftovers. Yeah, eat the salad today, warm up the poutine tomorrow. It works. So I guess we'll prepare for the journey. I'm just worried that I'll forget something. You know what? I just want to play now. It could take us like 10-15 minutes to make sure we've got everything done. You know what? Screw it. We're just going to play now and see what we get. Pfft, done. More treats equal longer stream. That's interesting. I actually have, because normally Tuesday's not a stream day. I would have liked to probably start earlier today, but I had some errands and appointments I had already booked and scheduled for today ahead of the release date announcement. And this evening, I've got another thing happening. So we might go a little longer than the normal 2 hours. I could potentially do 3. That's a little pushing it, but we'll see. A dwarven outpost! You have arrived! After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Shadmalokum, which is the dwarven language confused spears. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. But it is spring now, enough time to delve secure lodgings, ere the cougars get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place! Oh, wait, that's the one downside, is I didn't get to, like, name my fortress by not going embark carefully. But Key Sockets is actually a great kind of dwarfy name, I feel like. Sub-bomb. Zalior! 50 gift subs! Dropping the bomb! Holy cow, thank you! Those screechy birds have started again. Holy cow, thank you so much. Key Sockets. Okay, I'm going to assume, let me bring the desktop back up to normal. I'm going to assume the screechy birds are environment sound. Let's go and bring down that slider. You know what I might do, just for now, I'm going to bring down the ambient sounds to 0. And we will confirm whether or not we hear screechy birds, and we'll bring it back up and see. You missed your ASCII. Yeah, we've got ourselves built-in artwork in the game. We can move around with WASD. We've got actual menus, like visual menus over here. The biggest change for me that I think I'm going to appreciate is just like when you click on a dwarf, you get their info in a really nice way. Hey, Marker. Hey, Harker. Right, I got to read the subs and resubs. We'll do that in just a scooch. But yeah, it's actually a really great way at looking at the dwarves and getting all their info. But I mean, I still love like how much information you get about these different dwarves. So we're gonna go ahead and name some over here. In fact, let me bring up my dwarven list. Well, I guess we'll just rename them one at a time. That sounds fine. Where is my reward queue? Name in game. Tellur. Tellur, this is you. Tellur. Tellur 86, but we'll just put Tellur in here. Apparently you are, you're skilled as a miner currently, which is your profession name. Okay, that's done. If we come back over here, and this is going to be our woodworker, who is going to be Cornelius. Hey, Quill, pay attention. Cornelius 3, but we'll just go with Cornelius. Our mason is going to be Korthos. I guess I do miss the automatic naming feature I had set up in Dwarf Therapist. What we might just do for now is name the original 7 dwarves, and then we'll name dwarves that do kind of remarkable and important things. So they don't kind of want to hand name each individual dwarf, because we're going to get... is that Starfire? Starfire. Starfire SG1! Oh, Starfire over here. Welcome. We can have like 200 dwarves in here, and naming each one is a bit of a pain in the butt, so we might not do that. Fletcher Reed, like that, 2 R's. Yep, Fletcher Reed, the Fisher Dwarf currently. These titles are based on their highest skill, generally speaking. Hey Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber. Okay, complete. Cornelius was in queue a second time. We're gonna go and refund those points. We've got Pizza Metrist. And then we'll look at the individual dwarves afterwards to get a feel for them. And then one last one over here. It is 4-star Flood. Okay, mark is complete. Close that. Bring up the chat. Excellent. I did cancel the 10k queue and refunded everything. So yeah, KG, you should have gotten all those points back. Pay attention, there's a new subscriber. Why harm yourself for anybody else's benefit? Says 4-star Flood. All right, a bit of a personality there. Yeah, 4-star disdains sacrifice, but they are strong and recovers quickly. I gotta say, 4-star might not appreciate sacrifice, but they might have to lead our army. Holy cow, those are some interesting traits. 83 years young. Oh, and is currently the expedition leader as well. So it probably means they have some decent social skills. Indeed, that's the case. Adequate organizer, so they're going to be great to be our manager as well. Otherwise, they're probably just going to do busy work like hauling and things like that. So we shall see. Okay. So let's take a look at our surroundings. We're on the edge of a bit of a mountain. Oh, not really. It's just a plateau. So just basically a flat area with just a little bit of an elevation change over here. So we're not going to be digging into the side of a mountain anywhere. We've got a couple of little ponds, which might have some fish in it, although I don't think they're going to be necessarily a tremendous source of food. I'm kind of tempted to just dig down in space, like in place rather, where I am. Yeah, I kind of feel like doing that. You know what? Maybe I'll do it a little further, just off the edge. Maybe I'll go like right over here, and we'll dig down. Bird shrieking, been bruised. So I don't hear it now. So it must be ambient sounds. Because I did take the ambient sounds and set it to 0. So I'm going to bring those back up. Instead of 100%, I'll leave them at 50. Because it's nice to get some ambient sounds. And then we'll see how that feels somewhere along the way. I think there was an initial save. But just to be careful, I'm going to go ahead and save and continue planning. This is going to be a manual save. So I can just give it a kind of a name here. So 00 for our starter. Just in case I goof something up somewhere along the way. So I don't know if we're going to have any kind of specific theme this time around. Other than, I guess, you know, we're just mostly going to be learning the new UI and things. In before Quill hits the ground pond and floods the base. I mean, on the bright side, ponds are not an infinite source of water. So eventually things would dry up. But we'll see. So let's, yeah, I'm used to hitting D for going to designation. But WASD is our movement, so instead we're hitting M for mining, or we can click this bouton over here. And we're going to click some stairs. No longer are you digging upstairs and downstairs and up downstairs. There's just a generic stair thing, and it does kind of the right thing, which is nice. Indoor pool coming soon. Yeah. So let me go, and let's say, what, like a 2x2 area? Something like that. And we'll dig down a few levels. There you go. That seems okay. Yeah, the gameplay should be exactly the same except for the UI. Although, the way that the labor menu works over here, you interact with the jobs and labors in a slightly different way. Mechanically, it's all the same behind the scenes, but you interact with it a different way, which I actually think is quite good and makes us not have to rely on Dwarf Therapists the same way. Let's go ahead and unpause, get things started. The default Embark only comes with a single axe, so we're only going to have a single person digging out. Oh, that's interesting. 2 of these tiles are sand, one of them is mudstone. Got more sand over here. We can actually set up a decent glassworks in here. Got some limonite. I believe limonite is iron-bearing ore. Microcline is interesting. All it is blue. That's it. It's just rock, but it happens to be blue rock, which is kind of nice. We got bituminous coal over here. Again, the default, yeah, they still have up downstairs, but it happens automatically. Oh, you having trouble staring up after previous designation? It does carve out. You might still have to, construct the staircase if it's been dug out already, but with the digging it kind of does the right thing. So the default mineral thing in the Steam edition is like everywhere, so we're gonna have no shortage of minerals. Have a claustrophobic dwarf settlement. Someone got that bird. Yeah. Oh, we're still hearing it, aren't we? God, that is really annoying. I'm willing to bet they're gonna come out with some sort of thing for it. Okay, for now we're just gonna kill the ambient volume completely, because that seems to be where the bird sounds come from. I think. Kaolinite layer. Okay, so this is how far I dug down. That freaking bird. Hunt the bird. We killed the bird! We did. Okay, let's quickly take a look at the subs and resubs here, and then we're going to come up with a, like an idea for maybe our floor plan over here.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
Zoom out a little bit. We'll come out with some sort of idea for what we're going to look at things. So first of all, we got some resubs, or some new subscribers today. Oh, everyone remember their Twitch Prime. Thank you. Yeah, Twitch does not like to remind people to use Twitch Prime, and you may as well. It's amazing. Quakerlock with the sub. Thank you very much. The Mobius Archives is here. Brand new. Abers as well. Final Word. Triss Winter. Hey Harker. Thank you very much for joining the channel. Some new subs from there, and I think, yeah, we had Killer Fugu earlier as well. Thank you. Phil Cuts, Jonah, Bernard Sandals, Woo Fame, Victory Rider, Treklam. Thank you everyone for joining the channel and subbing today. That's great. We also got a bunch of gift subs sent in. A huge amount from Zalior, who contributed 50 subs to the channel. That was amazing. Classic Brad also dropped a sub bomb on the channel. Thank you so much there. Oh, some new subs. We got Monster Alien, Spectre29, and Bean666 with those Prime subs. Thank you. Also got resubs from Natalie Pandora, Kim Dead, Grand Top, Zapper Zen, Q, Cool Fatso, Death's Visage is at 78 months. Death's Visage, thank you very much. Roji's at 47. Chuckles is at 17 months. Scaverat is resubbed for their 94th month. Cyborg at 39. Bob the Hun's at 84 months. Thoros at 7 months. Hiro-san at 10 months. Scroll past all the Zaliar's gift subs, which are amazing. MGZ Shanix is at 99 months. Sinner of Gardens, the other way around, 66 months. Twind is at 6 months. Nimic is at 39 months. Apuck is at 38. Hertzil is at 93 months. Amazing Kook's at 38. Despesh is at 10 months. Zoltan is at 87 months. Katie's at 24. There's a 2-year Twitch anniversary. Dreadful Red's at 15 months. Athelium's at 24. Another 2-year Twitch anniversary. Cyclex at 93. Shift was at 3 months. Oh my god, so many today. Everyone's excited about Dwarf Fortress, understandably. GW Nerd, 19 months. For Evil Not Good, Gibson some subs as well. Thank you. And we got new subs with 7 Roast and Running Flavor joining the party. And resubs from Shadow Mart at 2 months. Niders at 62 months. KO at 20 months. We've got Whiskey and Chocolate coming in from Voxel Hound as well, who says, "Scree, scree. Let's play video games." We'll take a break from the sub reading. We'll try to pick up again a little bit later. I like the idea of building expanding rings around the stairwell, says Esoteric Fish. Oh, that is kind of interesting. Let's say, okay, let's go in with an assumption. For example, that it's whiskey and chocolate. Whiskey and chocolate. Amazing Kook. Thank you. So this is a grog and sausage fun? Hey, never played Dwarf Fortress. The Steam version can now let me in on the fun. Oh, I will note, I have the keyboard cursor turned on, which is what this yellow square is. So that way I can use the arrow keys to do designations. For example, let's imagine that we're going to have some centralized stockpiles just around this central staircase over here. And then off of here we could have workshops and things like that. But then what you could do is we could have this spiral thing. Now, it's actually generally more optimal to make use of a vertical space. But we might do quite a lot on a single floor just because it's visually quite appealing to see everything going down. But it's actually quite optimal to have things sort of stacked above and below. You both like and dislike the new workshop placement. I don't know what you mean. Round rings. Oh, I mean, drawing a round on a grid is tricksy. Maybe the unwalkable tiles, because there are no unwalkable tiles anymore, right? In the workshops, which means we actually have a bit more flexibility. But yeah, what if we do something like this? Drawing circles in grid, how you could calc this? Yeah. If we had DF Hack running, we could use a tool in there to make circles for us. Although I suppose what I could do is I could kind of cut off the corners a little bit here.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
What if we did something like this? And then, oops. You know, it's not round, I admit. We could do the same thing over here, but it's rounder. Exactly. It's round-ish. Do we like that? I think I like that. Oops, not over here. Round adjacent, diagonal fort. You could make the corners and halls as guard posts. Oh, that's the other thing, right? What if we don't curve the hallway like this, but instead... Ooh, this music. I guess it's no longer centered. Wait, it's still not. Oh. Oh, yeah. Hang on. There's not just, It removes constructions. If I want to toggle between mining and clearing it out, yeah, I think I do have to hit escape, then X. Just slightly inconvenient. And then escape, then M. Maybe we'll do something like this. It'll look nice. Put 2 on the left of the left circle. Oh, yeah, and I mean, I guess we should just for looks, and then the idea is this might continue into more hallways later on. As I said, I should be doing this in blueprint mode, but it's very easy to switch from one to the other here. So I do a square of 4 in the middle, which gets extended slightly, but then interferes with this workshop. Right? Because it's like... yeah, I don't like that anymore. Aesthetics first. 2 larger workshops. See, it's like, I mean, that... well, I guess not even if I want to continue this pattern like that, because that's still not good. I guess what I could do is this. Whoops. Escape M. Have these guys linked. I like the individual rooms. Or you make the storage larger, that's true. What's convenient about this is it's an exact, like, shift move. If you hold shift and then use the arrow keys when you get the cursor, it moves 10 tiles. So it's a convenient, like, sort of grid to base on. Yeah, this might work for me. You know? I think I might be okay with this. Yeah, because this just removes that, which is a bit of a shame. I wonder if there's an easier key sequence I can find. Oh, I put caps lock on, so it was breaking everything. Three, 6, 9. Okay. Wider instead of longer. Yeah, hardest part of Dwarf Fortress layout. Exactly. Because, I mean, you want something functional, but you also want something pretty. I mean, this is a huge amount of storage, although we'll be happy for it later. I kind of think... I'll do the fancy corners on the inside, but maybe not the outside. I might be happier with that, actually. Now, and I might still want to do the blocks of things, because if I, like, I could do this. That actually does work out pretty well, because then you get your next tunnel over here, and it sizes nicely. I think I like this. Yeah, I mean, in a sense, I should have been drawing all this with a blueprint, but it's very easy to convert everything to a blueprint. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me just redraw these. So the mouse has pros and cons, the mouse mode. I mean, with DF Hack, you had mouse support in Dwarf Fortress as well, but not really built in. It is quite convenient to draw some things. However, if you have incredibly shaky hands like I do, the mouse building... see, I keep, like... I'll be, like, off by 1 tile all the time because of shaky hands. So that's why I like to use the cursor for certain things. Uneven top and bottom. Is it? It is. Oh, yeah, my edging's not the same here. Oh, okay, I see. So... I think we were doing this. And then here we were doing this. Yeah. Okay. See, it's a good thing. This is exactly the thing that's, like, great to have people around, because they'll spot, like, broken symmetries and whatnot. There you go. Something kind of like this. I think this is good. So if we go expand here and say, change standard selections to blueprints. Let's say I grab everything here. So I'm going to turn everything into a blueprint. And then we are going to start by digging out this. So you can do this sort of pre-planning, which is really handy. Actually, maybe we'll do here. It's actually not a bad balance there. So it's 3 tiles here, and then we do something like that. Oops. All right, I kind of like this. You want to be a rhino? Can't remember if there are rhinos in Dwarf Fortress. You know, there's elephants and cougars and lots of things. I don't know, are there rhinos? Yeah, we don't have those over here yet. That's fine. Okay, so I think I'm just going to unpause and let this start to get dug out. So if we go and come up to a sandier layer, because we can grow plants on sand, right? I'm pretty sure. So we're going to do some additional digging here. I'm going to do a pair of 5x5 plots to get ready for farming. And then, yeah, on the surface here, we're going to grab our chopped trees, and we're going to order some trees to be chopped. Excellent. And we'll gather some plants as well. So we're going to start with some, but then we'll have a few plants going. We could even consider an above-ground planting thing. All right, let's go. We'll go ahead and pause. How many dwarves can you have at once? So by default, the game has a limit of 200 population. You can lower it for improved frame rates. You can increase it if you want mega forts. 200 is a pretty significant amount, though. All right, so that's going farming level, mining level over here. Let's set up some hotkeys real quick, actually. So I'm going to do this. This is going to be our plant floor. Over here is our surface. Well, wagon arrival location, which is fine. And then did I actually set this one? I don't think I did. Over here, we'll zoom here, which is going to be main floor for now. Excellent. So yeah, now I can F1, F2, F3. Groovy. 80 dwarves are usually target, yeah. Missing access to workshop top right. Oh yeah, that's fine. This is just blueprinting. I'm not even 100% sure that there will be workshops here, although probably. I think I kind of like that. We're just doing this. Does the game have tutorial? Yes, indeed. There is now a built-in tutorial. I mean, it's not super long and extensive, but in addition to the tutorial, every time you open a window over here for the first time, it gives you some description. It also has a built-in help that you can reference over here for various, things about how to do stuff. FPS is the worst forgotten beast. Yeah, I'm actually curious. If I go into settings, game, there was a bouton somewhere. Show frame rate. I'm going to turn that on. It's going to be at the bottom. It's going to look a little ugly, but I'm kind of curious. We can keep an eye on this and see how the speeds maintain themselves. But there you go. If we take a look at our dwarves, right now, a lot of them are going to be gathering plants over here. No job. The miner? But you should have stuff to mine. Or are you just in between processing? What is this? U for units? Okay, you're digging. What I might do with Teller over here is toggle this so he's going to be specialized. So he's only going to do things that he is explicitly a part of in terms of labors. And if we look at labors, he is part of the mining group, and he is not going to have any other specialty enabled. So now Teller is only going to be currently mining, which I think is what we want focused right now. As long as we don't get any buzzards in the workshop, or the butcher shop will be fine, yeah. I'm going to actually bring down the master volume here. We'll put in a little bit of ambiance back in. There we go. It's going to be very fast to dig out this layer. And yeah, I think we can grow plants on this. Surface forests are fun. They can be, yeah. So we need to build our farming plot. Now, I know that I'd be B and P, but now it's a little different because it falls under workshop, then farming, then farm plot. Takes a lot of clicks. Oh, wait, what? Oh, there we go. And yeah, I might build another one. on the other side over here. Excellent. Any threads in Dwarf Fortress? So some things are threaded off, like some of the graphics and sound and stuff like that, but the main processing, a big part of it is single-threaded, which is... Oh, any threats? Turok. Oh, sorry. Any threats? Yeah, there are lots of threats. So first of all, oh, actually, one interesting question is... Yeah, there you go, other. So currently there's just a porcupine roaming along on the surface, so that's not too bad. But sometimes we might get hostile wild animals. And other than that, there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of different kinds of threats. We could get sieged by goblins. We could have goblin thieves. Once we dig deeply enough, we get the cavern layers. Then we're going to have to deal with crundles and gremlins and things like that. When you get migrants that come to your fortress, some of them could secretly be werewolves or vampires, which leads to fun. And of course, if you dig deeply enough, then you'll find the circus. And the circus is all kinds of fun. We lost one fortress to an undead... a dwarf... Actually, it might have been an undead human wielding a sock, which had been living happily in our fortress for quite a long period of time. And one day just snapped and started beating everyone to death with a sock. The sock ended up having something, I think, like 44 kills. Circus is like the worst kept secret. Yes, you dig deeply enough, you find the cotton candy, and then you find the circus, and then the clowns eat you. Sounds like you really socked it to them. Oh, Justin. All right, so we're gonna need a carpenter fairly early on. Oh yeah, material. Yeah, just make it out of mudstone. I'll probably get you to just make it out of whatever's closest. That's gonna be okay. Absolutely socking behavior, that. Which storyteller have you selected? I mean, we're Dwarf Fortress, so it's always Randy Random, right? What's the fun speak word for volcano? I don't know if there is one, because it's not like the idea with like the clown and the circus and the cotton candy is the idea of like anti-spoiler talk. Not really anything about spoiling a volcano, because you can see them on the surface. It's not a secret that they exist. Can you ever beat the circus? People have done some really funky things. I think the circus is technically an infinite, ever-spawning group of clowns. But I think there are ways to do some creative, like, sealing off and weird things. So most of my dwarves are just sitting around not doing anything right now. We only have the one pickaxe. It's a bit of an issue. We have to wait for the... Oh! We need to get some farming going on. That's what we need to do. So field number 1 over here, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to get you to grow plum helmets year-round. So plum helmets are underground mushrooms. They are the primary diet of dwarves, and the primary alcohol we're going to be brewing will be plum helmet wine. This second field over here, I'm going to make do with something slightly different. Dimple cups, these are things we get dye from, right? And then the big thing is I want to grow as many pigtails as we can. Pigtails they're basically like cotton plants and things. This is how we can make cloth. So pigtails in summer, pigtails in autumn, and then in winter we're going to go back to dimple cups. So we're going to have this sort of cycling both back and forth. Are they all alkies? Dwarves? Yeah, so dwarves explicitly, if I, everyone's just moved downstairs slightly. If I click on a dwarf, where can we get the classic description that tells you about dwarves? Yeah, there you go. All dwarves have this. So Korthos here, she needs alcohol to get through the working day. Every single one of our dwarves will have that line. Dwarves are functional alcoholics, yes. So right now, all of our planting is a job we allow all our dwarves to do. So all the dwarves are going to be doing this, except for our specialized dwarf, Teller, who currently is still only mining. They will do nothing except mining right now because of the specialization. Can you play as other races? So yeah, with modding and stuff. So in classic Dwarf Fortress, there are plenty of mods that open up all kinds of different races that you can play as. And you can also play this game in adventure mode, which turns it into a roguelike game, where instead of building a fortress, you're just roaming the world, and you can pick your race in there. And there will be mods and stuff like that is implicitly supported here in Dwarf Fortress Steam Edition, which is really nice. This game needs to learn that it's on Steam. Jupe, I'm gonna say no. It's easier because it's got a friendlier user interface. It's still a fairly complex game, which is of course the appeal. You know, in hindsight here, let me go back into mining, I'm going to set high priority here. Just going to change the priority of mining over here, so we can get these workshops up and running. Although, I don't know, maybe I do want the stockpile first. No, this is fine. It's actually going to be kind of a pain in the butt to draw out the stockpiles because they're not square, but such is the price of aesthetics. There we go. So, Teller is going to come and mine this area out faster, which is great. In adventure mode, you can also end up visiting past fortresses. That is absolutely true. Finding your old treasure. What are we finding here? Speaking of treasure. Oh, it's limonite on the ground. You already sank about 2 hours into this? Yeah. That's about all I've played on the Steam version as well. It's been a very busy, well, several weeks actually, and this week is going to continue to be kind of busy and hectic. It would have been nice to squeeze in some pre-recordings of this, but we'll see. Get immigration petitions from non-dwarves nowadays. Oh, that is true too. Yeah, that's been in the game for a while. Yeah.
Quill, pay attention. There's a new
They don't
subscriber.
come as part of a migration waves, but they can petition to join you. Hey, Grims. Thanks for the sub. And I know I missed a few people here. Well, that's digging out. We got new subs as well from Cyrob and Brother Shane, all remembering their Twitch Prime buttons. Thank you very much. We got a bunch of resubs as well. Yeah, you're still digging. We got Ronan at 4 months. Liam at 9 months. Space Fairy Rictia at 46 months. Bounce Rate 6 months. Space Medic, sorry, at 8-month resub. Christopho is 13. Arthanthos at 47. Wolfhound Lewis at 90. Then Nara's at 1 year Twitch anniversary. Morton Top, 5 months. Meow is a dong at 7 months. Private Paul's at 90. Got a couple of 90ers. Wow. Light the Row is at 7 months. And Excalibrate's at 79. Just now we got Christy at 86 months and Cloud Prism at 5 months. Hey! Thank you very much. Okay. Whoops. I'm used with DF hack. You can roll the mouse wheel to zoom. The default keybinds in here, and I haven't changed any of the keybinds, the default in here, because I kind of want to learn the defaults. I will make a note though for people who might be concerned. Hey, thanks for the bits, Card. For those who are concerned, every single key can be rebound, which means you actually can change all the keybinds to work like basically exactly the same as classic Dwarf Fortress, which is kind of amazing. It's just really crazy. Absolutely everything can be rebound. In fact, the way that they bound things, even technically the characters that you type in like text entry are rebindable, even though that wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. Just absolute crazy sauce. Yeah. So it's like, if there's anything for like, if you're an old timer to the game and you're like, oh, I really wish this would be back the way it was. It turns out that might be totally fine. Dwarves type in Dvorak, even if you don't. Yeah, it would be handy maybe if they had the presets built in for those. And I'm wondering if just the keybinds are something that you could import in as a mod. So there could just be like a workshop thing you could subscribe to for the classic keybinds or something. Oh, accidentally hit the squad hotkey. Okay. Yeah, because over here we can access the world map whenever we want. And we've also, yeah, there's squads over here when we set up our military, which I actually haven't played with in the new version, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, this is set up. I also hear some movement upstairs. I wonder if that might be some of the FUDs. I think, I think it was just a sock became legend. Oh, our sock? Yeah. Can't wait to see the random key rebind speed run. I'd probably just use the mouse. Okay, let's designate a stockpile over here. Can I do this and extend it? Oh, nice. Okay. Actually quite handy to do that. This stockpile here, I'm just going to make it an everything stockpile for convenience. So we'll just, everything that can be stockpiled will be stockpiled over here. And so our idle dwarves will start moving things from the surface. I'm also going to set up a couple more very basic workshops over here to get started. We've got our carpenter's workshop, which is great. We're going to need a stone worker so that we can build stone furniture. And we are going to want a craftsdwarf workshop so we can start on our goods. And yeah, just use closest material. It's going to be fine. I don't care what you use to build this. That's going to be fine. The dwarves drink coffee. I don't think coffee is available in Unmodded Dwarf Fortress, which might be a shame, but not really. Is there a planning mode in this version? That's what you're seeing in all the blue. Everything blue here is just blueprinted. And what's cool, it's not even just planning mode like in RimWorld where you just sort of draw out some rectangles. These we can like re-enable at this point, and it keeps whatever designations we had set at the time. So I'll be doing some of this. So let's say we're going to change this area over here back to regular stuff. And then I'm going to mine out. I'm wondering about leaving space for like a second row of workshops. Like this. Workshops don't have to be in their own rooms, but because there's like more walkability between workshops now, kind of appeals to me to do something like this. So if we do that, then what I'm thinking is we come over here, and then at some point we're going to want to set up like bedrooms, dining halls, unless I do that on another floor. That way, this could just be a work floor, all bunch of stockpiling and all workshops. And then if we go a floor below and set up living quarters, so dining hall, bedrooms, hospital. Remote planning mode is really for reminding Chef what ancient danger is. That's what I use it for, right? So let's say we do this. Well, let me go and oh, there was like a ghost image on an LCD of where the planning was. That's funny. I'm going to dig down a few more levels over here, just so that we can. Oh, I'm in planning mode. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. We'll dig down a few more levels. Maybe I'll leave a gap. Maybe I'll leave a couple of levels empty. So on this one here, we'll start planning out some bedrooms. So I'm just going to go into planning mode, and then I'll unpause. Let's assume we're still going to start by... There we go. I was in the downstairs mode. Let's assume we're still going to start out by making sort of a crossover here of some kind. I don't know, maybe not, actually. I think I know what I want to do. I want to go leave a double door here, and then we'll go ahead and dig out what's going to be our dining room. So maybe... just a little bit of rounding. I like to leave pillars in my dining hall as well, because it looks cool. Something like that. We can have a nice row of tables in the middle of this. Make a labyrinth. Ooh. Okay. And then to the south... actually, what I'm going to do... well, I might still do that, but I was thinking we can flank out here, and we can just do like sort of rows of bedrooms. Just apartment blocks kind of vibe. There isn't a chance to collapse like Rimworld. It's not the same, not far from supports, but you can technically like dig around an entire block that's like multi-levels high and like drop an apartment building like 100 meters down into lava somewhere. 1x1 capsule bedrooms. Might be a little nicer than I normally am. Let's leave a little gap here to like theoretically maybe we decide to run a hallway down here later on for some purpose. And otherwise we'll start 2x2, 3x3 bedrooms. I mean, the minimum bedroom that I use this a lot is I do something like this, and then you get the door, and then you get some sort of hallway here. That means so you can have a door here, and then you go like bed, coffer, dresser, or whatever they're called, and that's it. But I think I might do like 2x3 bedrooms. We'll go ahead and go fancy this time around. They'll have whole 2x3 bedrooms available to them. I think I like that. Can you copy place plans? So one of the reasons I have the keyboard cursor enabled over here in the options is to make macros really easily. I don't know if there's any way to copy and paste the plans. If there is something like that in the Steam version, I'm not aware of it yet. But yeah, what I do here is you do Control R to start recording a macro. Hit Enter. Move here. Move there. Move back over here. Control R to stop recording the macro, and then Control P. Yeah, we could have the door in the center, but I mean 3x3, that's just extravagant. How crazy would that be? Now, of course, we could have our initial dwarves just sleep in dormitories. In fact, they could just have like one shared communal bed or something like that, and it's probably fine to get started. But I think I'm going to do this, and then we can plan on having the other pair of bedrooms on the other side. Well, I suppose I could plan that now. In fact, I might have wanted to do a macro that does all of it at once. But okay, record, click, click. Stop record, play, 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 play. But I think we'll do something like this as a plan. Do I go and just turn this from blueprint to real thing right now? Probably not. I think what we'll do is we'll focus on bootstrapping a few other things. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go blueprints to actual plans. Yeah, blueprints to actual plans. And do this. Nope. I'm going to make this into a temporary bedroom just for now. Just a tiny little dormitory to get started. So let's set up some jobs in our workshops over here. So, or you know what? Let's do it through the manager. So we're going to need a manager. So in our noble screen over here, what we're going to want is a manager so we can use the planner. What's this little button? Oh, symbols for them to wear or carry. Oh, neat. Okay. Well, let's not worry about that. Manager. So 4-star Flood, who's our expedition leader, is also an organizer, so they're going to be a great manager. We're also going to want a bookkeeper. Now, early on, your manager can actually get the job done without an office, but we'll get them an office relatively soon. We're going to want a bookkeeper to keep track of numbers. Looks like Pizzametris is a proficient record keeper, so we'll go ahead and get that sorted out. We're going to want a broker before we do any trade. So it looks like 4-star Flood is probably our best pick over there.
There's a new subscriber.
Oh, he's not an appraiser. You know what? Tell her then. Congratulations. You're going to be our broker. We'll split that up. Hey, Rue! Thanks for the sub. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a good start for us. So by having a manager, and when your fortress is small enough, you don't need an office to get started with the manager doing things. So we can go into work orders over here. So we need bed. Now, to start with, we only need 1 bed that we're going to hot bunk. But I think what I'll do is I'll ask for 7 beds to be made, because that's going to be how many beds we're going to need early on, so that's going to be okay.
Pay attention.
Let's get a whack pile of doors started. Now, I don't think there's any planning mode for furniture in the Steam edition. I may be wrong about that, and that is a little bit unfortunate because I really like to use planning mode with DF Hack. Hey, Operion, thanks for the sub. With DF Hack, I really like the planning mode there to place down objects and sort of having a production demand kind of thing. Like, just keep 1 door around at all time. We could put a command in to keep 1 door around at all time, but I don't think there's a planning mode, so we'll take a look. So I'm just going to queue up 10 rock doors because we're going to need a bunch of those. You know what? I think I'm going to ask for 10 rock tables and chairs as well. So then we'll be able to use some for offices. We'll be able to use some for our dining hall. God, sorry, I was looking at chat and I heard a phone call ring and I looked at how many people are watching. I saw all these things as I was working on my sentence and just everything just went out my head over there. Do you think there's a planning mode for furniture? Okay, we're going to check that out then, because that would be stupendous. And we're going to do rock. So if you make, I do dislike that when you open this, it doesn't autofocus this. So it took some keybinds to something else in the background here. Chairs made out of rock are referred to as thrones. They're functionally identical in every way whatsoever. They just have a slightly different name. Okay, so we'll queue those up. Our manager will go and put those in the workshop jobs. So, okay, if I wanted to build a door, so I click build, doors and hatches, there's doors over here. I don't know how to access a planning mode for furniture. Because I can try to put a door down. Right now it's going to say, oh, you don't have a door. Right. Which is how it works in normal classic RimWorld. Or, sorry, Dwarf Fortress, not RimWorld. It's how it works in classic Dwarf Fortress. You can only place furniture that is built. With DF Hack, what you could do is you could place things in a planning mode, and then once it gets built, it gets put in there. So we will see. Essential, I assume you know there's some treat stream coming? Probably spam call, it's how I get 9 days. Yeah, same thing here. And there you go. So the jobs have been queued up at the workshops over here by our manager. Very, very lovely. Okay, we have our crafts dwarf workshop over here. We're going to start our crafts industry immediately. We're going to get that going. Oh, I already said a few minutes ago the food arrived. Sorry. No, that's good. Thank you. I'll go and grab the salad in a second. Because I don't think the salad's going to be as good as if it sits around. And the poutine reheats just beautifully. It becomes a different thing. You reheat it in a super hot oven, and instead of sort of like light ooey gooey, you get like this crunchy sort of cheese thing going on. It's different. I'm not going to call it poutine anymore, but it's actually kind of good. So, Craft Dwarf Workshop, what we're going to do is we're, of course, going to do the business we always do, rock mugs. Come to my Dwarven Fortress, get your very own souvenir mug. So we're going to put a rock mug job in there, put it on repeat, do this job forever and ever and never, ever, ever stop. Doing enough can bribe you to get an extended stream. I could be convinced to go more than 2 hours. I can't go all night because I do have plans with people, but we'll see. So yeah, we're going to set up the rock mug job over here. So we're making mugs forever. Now, I wonder if we should assign someone specifically to that. Well, Starfire here is listed as a stone crafter. They are professional stone crafter, actually. And there's always going to be a demand for mugs. They're also a proficient metal crafter. What I'm thinking with Starfire here is I'm going to make them so that they're specialists. They'll only do assigned tasks. And we're going to make sure that their tasks involve stone cutting. Oh, we may have to make some specialized things over here. But for now, stone cutting should be fine. If we take a look at the labors over here, I don't know if it describes these pre-made ones. I don't know if it actually describes who or like what this is. What this entails. I know if we make our own work detail and say we turn on I wonder if stonecutters includes this entire stoneworking category. Because what we really want that dwarf to be working on is specifically just stone carving to make mugs and get as good as possible forever and ever. Oh, and they're also pretty good at metalworking. And I don't think there's a way for me to individually assign the labors to a dwarf other than a work group. But what I could do is I can enable metal crafting, stoneworking, make a custom detail just for this one person over here.
Hey,
But
Quill,
you know
pay
what?
attention
I
to
think
the
I'm
use
okay.
card.
I'm gonna delete this custom things. Stonecutters over here. I think it's fine if I say, listen, Starfire, just work on stone cutting. If it includes like the stone crafts and masonry and all this, that's okay. That we can still get people to specialize it. It makes me feel like a little bit like we're playing the Seven Pillars again, where we get these guilds. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go and turn that on. We'll see. Grendeel. Oh, you converted from Prime sub to Tier 1 sub. Nice. My apology if I'm missing more people over here. How do you open that menu? Oh, the labors menu is right down here in the bottom left corner. Boop. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So, yeah, with Starfire over here, I guess I can't, wait, Stonecutters, Starfire. I guess I can't open the dwarf from here? Well, that's a bit unfortunate. It would be nice if there was a little magnifying glass on that screen so we can pop it up. So, yeah, I mean, we can check what skills they're good at, but in labor, there's just work details. I don't think we can turn on and off individual jobs on dwarves with the way that they're doing it in the Steam version. I think the way they're doing it in the Steam version is actually a lot better and less micro-rific. Although every now and again, I like going super micro-rific, so we'll see. I mean, I could make a work detail that is specifically called Starfire's work detail. Or something like that, you know? So, if we're going to get mugs, before autumn comes, we need to make sure to have a trade depot set up so that we can do some mug trading. Wait, we don't have plump helmet seeds? That doesn't sound right. Did we not come with plump helmet seeds? Did the default Embark not bring seeds? What? I mean, we've had some seeds of something. Pigtail, cave wheat. Did our civilization, for some reason, does our civilization not have access to plum helmets? We do have cave wheat. I think what I'll do is I'll leave this here, but I will plan. Oh, actually, not plan. I'm going to explicitly mine out. Thank you very much. Oh, the plum helmet spawns, not seeds. That's right. Different name. Dimple cup spawns. Oh, we have plump helmet. Maybe we don't come with seeds for plump helmets. We just come with the plump helmets themselves. So what we have to do is we have to start brewing the plump helmets, because when you brew these, they leave the seeds behind, or the spawns. I'll still designate this to be mined out, and we'll set up the cave wheat. But yeah, let's get a still. This was going to be set up as a little bit of a bedroom, but I think, okay, what I'm going to do is I will enable this area to be mined out now. So we get access to more workshops. Yeah, for now they can just keep sleeping on the ground. It's going to be fine. We need ourselves a still. And we also need to add some jobs for barrel making over here. So let's set up a job for, for booze making. So we're going to say brew plant. If we have less than 100 booze, or sorry, my bad. The job is going to be to brew 10 plants. The condition is going to be if we have fewer than 100 drinks, then enable this. But let's also make sure, if we're going to do a group of 10 at a time, make sure we have room to fit 10 things in it. So I think if we set this up, that's going to be okay. I mean, technically we need the fermentable plants as well. So I guess we'll set this up over here. So we've got everything that's needed except we don't have 10 empty barrels. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a separate job over here, which is going to be wooden barrel. And what we'll do is, this could be set to like 1. But with the conditions are going to be, if we have fewer than 10 empty barrels, make a barrel. Yeah. And I guess, yeah, if we have fewer than 10 barrels, make a barrel, assuming we have at least 1 log kicking around. There we go. So it's going to make a barrel every single day, and then we'll try to keep up. I know, maybe I should make him batches of 10. You know what? Go ahead. If we have fewer than 10 empty barrels, make 10 barrels. That might put us from 9 barrels to 19. That's okay. We'll end up using it up at some point, so that's going to be okay. All right, good. We should have some wood. In fact, some of it is stockpiled over here already, which is nice. Steel's coming up. We already have the job set up to brew booze from there, and that should give us plump helmet seeds. And over here, if I build, workshop for farming, it does take extra hotkeys than before, but whatever. I guess that's fine. Oh, I should have BOFP. Bam. Okay. Let those get in there. Is meals auto, or do you have to set that up as well? No, you have to set that up as well in the kitchen. Right now, we're just gonna let them eat the raw food. They're gonna be fine. They do get much happier if they eat well-made meals, but we'll deal with that afterwards. So over here, what we're gonna do is, so we do have seeds for quarry bush, which I don't know what quarry bush makes for us. There's also sweet pods, but okay. Let's try quarry bush, cave wheat. And then if you have plump helmets, you can leave it there. Or maybe we can just leave it fallow in the winter. Not that it really matters.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new
let's try to do a cycle there. And then down in here, we'll do sweet pods. More sweet pods. More cave wheat. And then maybe more plump helmets. And then whatever seeds we've got, that'll hopefully be okay. Curious to see how you're going to handle the watering field situation. We don't have to water these. It's fine. It'll grow in the sand. Hey, JJ and JC, thanks for the sub. It's also poor soil. Yeah, I don't think it grows very well in the soil. Yeah, this is poor soil over here. If we get down to the caverns, they'll grow better. But for now, this is going to be okay. So we'll start growing that. We do have some food because we got plump helmets. I believe when dwarves eat a plump helmet, when they eat something raw, they do leave the seeds behind. And if you make a drink out of something, it leaves the seed behind. If you cook something, I think it destroys the seed. So you have to be a little bit careful about that. How to make fertilizer? You can do a whole potash thing and this and this and this. I don't usually bother. But yeah, we can get a little bit of a food growing industry that's now happening. There we go. We're planting that. I mean, we still have, until winter comes anyway, we still have plenty of plants we can just pick off the surface. In fact, it might not be a bad idea to just put in another big, like, here, let's gather a bunch of plants on the surface to make sure we don't randomly run out of edibles. Oh, there's a frog over here. It's a green tree frog, although it's in the water, but sure. If dwarves get thirsty, they can drink water, but they're super upset about it. Dwarves are basically like Bender from Futurama, where they need alcohol to operate. That's pretty much how it goes. So I wonder if we have a bed yet. If I build furniture, bed. See, I don't like that it doesn't tell you at this point whether you've got a bed or not. It's not until you try to place it that it'll give you an error. Okay, but we do have one. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'll put keep building after placement. I'll just try to spam out as many of these as we can. There we go. That's 7. There you go, which is all we ever queued up to build. So we put down the 7th and it stops. I don't think we need this many in a dormitory, but it's going to be okay. Then I'm going to build a door, which is then P, then R. It's not D for door because WASD moves us around. That's why the keybinds are changed. Put a door there. And then if I've got extra doors, which actually I should. Now, the doors aren't actually important, but I think it looks nice. So there we go. We'll put down a few. Hey, Quill, does this game have something DF Hack and Dwarf Therapist? So DF Hack are looking to become compatible with the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress, but it's not currently. They are working hard. There's no Dwarf Therapist. I don't know if we need Dwarf Therapist as much because of the new labor mechanics in here. Oh, I need to make a zone. So we are going to make a dormitory zone right here. Now, dwarves will go and sleep in a random unassigned bed somewhere, but I think the dormitory gives us a few things. I didn't miss the last door. I just didn't have the door. So I tried to place it down, and the game was like, nope, no more doors. Yeah, Therapist does have a lot more utility. Yeah, it's great for finding the appropriate people for certain tasks in the military, which I really like. I mean, Dwarf Therapist is really good, and hopefully it gets updated for this as well. But yeah, I kind of wish there was a planning. I love that there's a planning mode for mining. I kind of wish there was one for putting down furniture, a la DF Hack, because it was really handy. Because now what I'm going to always want to do is I'm going to want to overproduce doors or beds or whatever to not run into these issues or something. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, the notifications. Yeah, so we get notifications from mining whenever we strike some sort of vein or gem. We get jobs or notifications about things being canceled. Throne, rock, door, and table. Oh, we don't have enough stone. Actually, that's surprising, but I guess... Well, we do kaolinite. Is kaolinite a valuable ore? I think it's just a normal rock, isn't it? I'm surprised we didn't have enough over there. Get told about weather conditions. We had a turkey grow. Beds and barrels are done. Shore asked. Oh, it doesn't show their nickname. Oh, that's a little disappointing. Which one is Shore asked? What's your last name? Dastov. Oh, say it's Cornelius over here has become a carpenter. Yeah, that's that. Oh, hope it changes to have the nickname. It does here. Yeah, need non-economic rock. Kaolinite might be flagged as economic for some reason. Oh, I wonder if it's flux stone. Yeah. I wonder if I can set the filters. So when you're cooking... Oh, neat. See all our farm plots over here. All our workshops. That's actually very handy. There you go. Stone use. Select use for non-economic jobs. There we go. So kaolinite... isn't under economic or other stone? Oh, there it is. Apparently I was doing my alphabet wrong. Make clay hives. Yeah, so we could tick this on so that we are allowed to use kaolinite for those jobs. But maybe I could just dig out some more. It does look like a face, doesn't it? Let's work on digging out this floor. Bauxite floor. So I'm just going to go and convert the blueprints to standard selections. Do this. This area won't get dug out because it can't be reached. But we'll do this. So I don't necessarily need space right now, but we'll use it as a way to get some stone. The sleep stick man. Yeah, it's kind of like creepy, isn't it? Living quarters. There we go. 3, 4. Hotkey all the things. Okay. Oh, someone earlier asked if wealth management was a thing in this game, like in RimWorld. And yeah, your colony's wealth. Actually, that's a good question. I wonder where we see that. Oh, over here in the tooltip. Your colony's wealth, I think specifically the created wealth, determines the severity of sieges and things like that. Yeah. Don't know why. I just love the thought of beekeeping in Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, and which is definitely something you can do. Is anything actually planted here? Oh, it's just showing me what I have access to. But I can't grow rock nuts, right? Can I? Are there rock nuts in different seasons? No. No wealth, no dirt. So dirt poor. No, we're rock poor is what we are. Oh, the quarry is rock nuts. Oh, the quarry bush gives you rock nuts. Okay, thank you. Never end up using them because I always have like a million plump helmet spawn normally when I embark. So get some mudstone here. That's definitely non-economic rock. So these jobs should restart and complete. I got citrine. A rhesus macaque and a dog are fighting. Whoa, Starfire's fighting. Are you now? You're fighting a macaque. Or macaque. Takes the rhesus monkey down by the third right finger with the right upper arm. Releases. Grabs. Rhesus macaque scratches the stonecrafter, denting the skin and bruising the muscle. Throws the rhesus macaque by the neck. Charges, collides, knocks over, misses. The tongue? How does this end? Yeah, rhesus monkey, yeah. As opposed to the macaw bird. Yeah, because I guess that's how it's pronounced, right? It's more macaw than macaque. Don't have birds of steel, they have balls of stone. That is a little bit less than ideal. So these monkeys are going to be causing problems for us. They're probably looking to steal our resources. I mean, we've moved some of them downstairs, but maybe not everything. Yeah, bird is macaw. Like, it's spelled differently, but I think they're both pronounced macaw. Although, I think it's a bit more of a British thing to say macaque. Like, to say it differently. I think macaw is more of a North American for the monkey. Maybe we should close ourselves in. Well, I can tell you one thing. We do need to stockpile more stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and gain access to... Or we'll open up another stockpile over here. Okay. Monkeys. Yeah, well, monkeys will wrench items from you. Oh, come on, Ghost Boy. But yeah, all wild animals technically will maybe snag some things. We're going to want to consider doing some walling off here. Nothing. What I might want to do first is put a little structure around our staircase and just seal that up. Just so that things can't casually walk in and out. Scott would say my willy. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's going to be farm graphics. I'm kind of a little weirded out. Maybe there's something weird with growing on sand because I couldn't even see my my rectangle for my designation on the sand. So I'm wondering if visually there might be something a little bit odd. And I thought when you moused over, it actually told you it was growing in an individual tile. And I'm like, are things not growing at all because it's sandy? Oh, you couldn't see your plants growing at all either. Okay. Do you need light? No, you don't need light. Mousing over doesn't show anything. Okay. Can I go into like, well, before I would use like T, V and T and U and things to inspect things in different tiles. Now these people are definitely planting things. Well, it's early summer. Oh, so they're starting to plant the next cycle, which is presumed. There we go. We've got plump helmet spawn now. I think people have been eating the plump helmet mushrooms and leaving behind the spawn so that we can start planting them. So there we go. Hey, so that's going to start going, which is good. Mining's happening here. Hey, Cosmic Frame. Everyone's remembered their Prime buttons today. Yeah! Bartleby Badger. When you were kind, ripped off arms off a dwarf called Ms. Carson a long time ago. Yes, way back in the early ancient days of the channel when we were doing one of our earlier Dwarf Fortress runs. I don't know if it was our first, but it was pretty early on. We had a dwarf named Ms. Carsnell after a viewer, and a badger ripped both of her arms off. She actually did go and eventually become queen of the entire dwarven civilization. Our no-armed dwarf became queen. It's a hell of a story. Living room all ready to dug out. Oh, the living floors? Yeah, the dining hall is. Bedroom's not quite yet. Although that's okay. And actually, if I could put a priority over here, it'd be maybe something like that. I like the dwarf babies that killed the fortress. Yeah, that was a whole other thing. Mm-hmm. There we go. Brewing booze. Excellent. Oh, I guess brewing booze is the other way, I guess, that we can get our seeds. So it may have been something like that. Okay, our dwarves. Well, they're not super happy. I wonder, do we see the happiness over here? We sort by happy. So our least happy dwarf, for example, is Starfire. So, you know, what's your situation over here? Feel satisfied at work. Remember talking with a friend. Afraid after experienced trauma. That makes sense. Didn't feel anything after seeing a rhesus macaque die. So I guess she did kill it. How's your health? No health problems. Well, you do have a diagnosis requirement. I think you might be slightly injured. But hopefully not enough to cause a problem. Yeah, no, I know there's a happiness chart at the top. I was just looking at that. But I was literally just saying 3 and 4. But I was complaining that you can't just click on them to see who they are. So if I clicked here, it would just bring up like the dwarves of that happiness level or something. But if you hit you, then you can see it over here and see how everyone's doing. I've been letting you meet without a table. Well, technically, yes. We're trading mugs this time? Of course we're trading mugs this time. Oh, how come there's nothing? Oh, it canceled. Right. So what happens here is if you set up a job in here, so I say rock mugs do forever. If ever this job fails, i.e. they ran out of non-economic stone, it actually cancels the job. What I might want to do instead is use the manager here and create a work order so that even if it fails, it'll like reset itself up the next day. And I could just do something like make 5 mugs every day and just put that in there or something like that. You know, we could work something in that nature. I don't know. We got some bugs in here, don't we? Oh, rotten rat remains. Oh, yeah. Let's get a garbage dump up here. That's also a dead monkey. Alrighty. Is that a zone in this? Yeah, garbage dump. Okay, let's just put it over here. There you go. Is the zone still there? It is still there. Okay. Because this way, any garbage, like, because these dead vermin and stuff will start to rot and produce miasma. Butcher station, yeah, we could set up some hunting. Steam version worth buying? Well, we're gonna find out. I'm pretty excited with it. I mean, here's the thing. The classic version of Dwarf Fortress is free. Therefore, it has infinitely more worth than anything that costs any money, I guess, from that perspective. The question is, you know, what kind of enjoyment you get out of one versus the other, you know, playability, usability, I don't know. But we're playing Dwarf Fortress Steam version for the first time today. I would like to say yes, because I would like to encourage people to spend money on Dwarf Fortress and support creators who have been working on this game for 20 years. They started working on it in 2002. The first release was in 2006. And they've worked entirely, it's a free rare game. They've worked entirely based on donations. That was it. And they kept up with that as long as possible, but I guess the final straw, they had some health, like health costs and things like that. Health bills, I guess. And they're like, okay, finally we'll work with a company to get it brought over to Steam and we'll make it a pay version and things like that. So, oh yeah, time is money, that's true. So if this game saves you time versus the freeware version, then I suppose. You know, great graphic set, cool new music. Steam version have combat log. I don't know where you access. I know that when there was combat over here, I could access the combat log from the alerts. I actually don't know if there's a way to just access the combat log somewhere. But like, here's an example. There was combat over here. If I click on this, I can check the combat log for a particular person. But if I go and dismiss this, I don't know how we get the combat log back currently. Because here's the map, then we get the squad sidebar. I'm not blocking that because at some point I'm going to want to deal with it. Yeah. Let's say I'll hit R, but that doesn't do it. Oh, change some little highlights over there. Okay, out of plump helmet spawn, that's fine. Oh, there you go. Now I can see the plant. Or maybe that's just when it's ready to harvest. I think that's what it is. When it's ready to harvest, you can see them. But maybe not when it's in the growing. How do you... Oh, someone asking about the blue stuff over here? Yeah, so the planning mode is built in. So this is something the Steam version has that the classic version doesn't. This built-in blueprint planning mode over here, where you can designate areas and not have them. So I would do this sort of thing all the time and plan it out, but what I have to do is not designate an area so that people wouldn't start mining it. So it would be blocked off. But I would do this all the time for planning. Now it's built in. Hopefully they'll bring the same thing to planting down buildings. Yep, you're right. We can set up the stockpile zone. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think I'm just going to make another generic, like, all zone over here. We can do some specialized stuff later on. But yeah, we'll just set up an all. We have a refuse pile on the surface we set up. Right there. So, oh, wait, hold on. That was garbage. Yeah, I think, hold on. That is a garbage dump and not a refuse pile. You're right. I did it differently. Is refuse, is it a stockpile? Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Okay, I was doing that wrong. Refuse stockpile. This is where garbage gets automatically brought to you. Is it not T for chop? L. All right. This is where actual garbage, like normal garbage, gets brought up there. So yeah, we want this. Does the option dwarves work jobs anywhere work as auto labor? Is it different? Do you mean... Oh, you mean the, like... So planters, everybody does this? Is sort of an auto labor thing. I think it turns on... I don't know exactly how it works internally. You kind of all have, like, 2 levels. 2 levels? 3 levels? I don't know how I said it. So on a dwarf, you can say on an individual dwarf, you're allowed to do everything, or you're only allowed to do the things that are specifically assigned to you. And in the work groups that you set up, you can say any dwarf can do this, or only dwarves specifically assigned to do this can do it. So between the 2 of them, you have some interesting little controls about some stuff. We don't have the trading post built yet. We do need it soon, because autumn is coming. I guess I'll build it now. I think I'm just going to put it outside here for now. I will call that good enough currently. So normally this would be B, capital D. So we'll just put it right here. Oh, someone asking the difference between, say, this and RimWorld. Well, first of all, RimWorld was inspired by this game. We do gold walls or ice walls this run. Well, I don't think we're really got the... we don't really have a good source of ice here. We could consider doing gold walls. Gold is worth relatively... or is useful for relatively little in Dwarf Fortress, so making golden walls is kind of hilarious. Minecraft is inspired by Dwarf Fortress, yep. So RimWorld, Minecraft, Prison Architect, a bunch of things have this as an inspiration. Let's do lava walls. We gotta do lava floors. Chop down that tree. I like having, like, the actual fort really centered up. A little awkward with the hillside here. But yeah, we're gonna have to start thinking about what our defenses and stuff might look like. I guess I can also do a pen and pasture. Now, we need to select animals. Assign a new or existing location to the zone. Okay, we don't cover location. Select animals. So this is another thing where DF hack is quite useful, because you can filter this to say, only show me animals that graze. Because that's the only thing we really need assigned to the pen. Turkeys don't. The camels and horses do. Reindeers might. I don't know about the cavies. I guess we'll wait and see if they start starving. We go back to DF Classic now the Steam version is out. Well, we'll see. Keep playing this. There are certainly some things that, like, I'm going to miss because of not having DF Hack. But, presumably more and more of that's going to be brought in here. Alright, trade depots in place, which is great. Animals being brought out here to the pen. DF Hack is working supporting the Steam version. Yeah. They're actively working on it, but it's like the sort of thing where, like, yeah, well, you know, you're gonna have to wait a few months. Don't know if you can still zoom to spots using the function keys. In fact, you can. So yeah, there's a little button over here for your hotkeys, or you can still just hit H, same as before, and set your bookmarks to zoom. Yeah. So the numbers over here, one of them is the visual frame rate, and one's the internal frame rate, or something like that. I don't remember which is which. I think right now my visuals are rendering at 40 frames per second, but the important thing is, because I think I have like, maybe someone will correct me, but yeah, I might have VSync on or something, I don't know. I think the other one is the actual simulation speed, and which is currently being like capped internally to 100. It's the RTX, yeah. Wait, 3 more dwarves. Did we have a migration wave? Oh, we did! Yeah, we have 10 pops. Nice. And we do. So we're not going to give them nicknames quite yet until they do something, like, noticeable. All right, this is all dug out. Some sapphire clusters there, lignite. Again, normally I'd be very excited about mining out some of these resources, but I think this is going to be quite rich. Can we name one of the new people as Alu after the gift subs? That's an excellent point, Doc Villain. So this one here does not currently have a nickname. There we go. Okay, so we're all set up to have 14 bedrooms over here. So let's ask. I'm so ready to go. JM, like my old hotkeys here for things. But let's ask for, first of all, beds. We already have 7 beds. We're gonna ask for 7 more to be made. I'll get all 14 bedrooms set up even though we don't need this many. Who's that? Quick, thanks for the sub. I'm gonna ask for rock doors. Okay, that's gonna have to be something that changes. When you click here, it should probably focus on this. Rock door. So I'm gonna need 14 to complete these bedrooms. I'll probably wait on the cabinets and the coffers, even though we will want them in the bedrooms. We can wait a tiny little bit before that happens. If you need to do something notable to get a name in real life, it would be Nameless for life. Still, Nameless would be a decent enough name. I mean, that's true. Oh, you know what we could do is we could ask for some smoothing over here. Let's smooth these walls. Make some nice little bedrooms. Actually, what we'll do is we'll also get ready to, we'll do this dining hall at the same time. We got a bunch of dwarves sitting around doing nothing. Actually, I don't know if we got a good idler count on this screen. Correct me if I'm wrong. Classic Dwarf Fortress has an idle dwarf counter on the main screen, right? I usually use this as a gauge to see how much work I've got it. I like to smooth it. I think the only thing I haven't figured out how to do in the new UI is put in stairs that go up and down instead of just one or the other. Well, by default, when you drag out a multi-level stairs, they're going to be up and down. Right? So if I were to just pick a random place over here, mine stairs, and do this, and then scroll down some levels, you can see these... Oh, I guess I'm on the edge of the map. These are going to be up and down stairs. So if I go up, this one here is just a down. These are all up and down stairs, and the bottom one is up. But I don't actually want to do that, so I'm going to just cancel those designations. Top bar showing stock doesn't have all the numbers and different things. Over here. So you need a bookkeeper assigned. But to get accurate counts, you actually need an office for the bookkeeper, which actually might be a good time for us to do that sort of thing. I think I want the office to be part of the work floor. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have a few rooms over here that are still the same size as the workshops, but we'll have them be offices. So let's go ahead and do that. Here, rather than unblueprint this, I'll just mine over it because that works fine. Joysticks Canada! Hey, thanks. And thanks for remembering your Prime sub. Get a manager ASAP to always keep 10 to 15 doors and beds around. Well, here's the thing is, when your fort is a relatively low population, I don't know where the break number is, but there is one. You actually don't need an office for your manager. You need a manager, which we do have one, to be able to set jobs through the management interface. And yeah, it might be fine to keep just a certain number of doors around. Right now, I'm going to try to build the doors kind of on demand. What I normally do is I put in a job to keep even just 1 or 2 beds and doors around. Not very many, just a few. And then I use the DF's hacks planning mode to be able to plop down a bunch in bulk. But in here, And I mean, I guess I might want to set up a job to keep a certain number around all the time. And then in addition to that, when I know I'm going to need a bunch at once, then I can go and queue up a bunch of extra doors. Maybe I'll do something like that. I guess that's not bad. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do something like where we always have 5 rock doors around. So I'll set this number to just 1. But something like, if we have, because 10, keeping around 10 seems like, I don't know, maybe, do I just do it? It takes up a lot of stockpile space. Yeah, I'm going to change it to 5. If we have fewer than 5 doors, make 1 door. And this is just going to check that every day. And then same thing with rock table. Just so we always have a few around. Well, the doors, I think, is more convenient to have a bunch of. With the tables, actually, maybe the tables really can just be asked on demand. Tables, chairs, beds.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
But we do routinely need some doors around, so keeping a few around all the time is going to be nice. Okay. Zedikas. Thanks! Sorry I hesitated so much on your name. Doesn't missing offices just make nobles cranky? I don't think so. I think that they need the office to actually work. The bookkeeper actually does need to go to their office to work. And I think the manager... So right now, when we set up a job in the work orders menu, it instantly gets applied. It instantly starts to work. When your fort gets big enough, you put in a job here, and it doesn't actually start to get used until the manager goes to their desk and works on things and approves the jobs. Okay, so we're going to build PR for doors. Put some doors. You don't need the doors, but you know, it looks nice. Here, speaking of, we got some doors. We're going to drop them in here. I mean, it literally does, if they're good high quality doors, it does actually make dwarves happy to see nice furniture. If they're not great doors, then, you know, they're unimpressed, and it doesn't actually hurt. It hurts me. And then tables. Okay. Then chairs. Done. And then, so in Classic Dwarf Fortress, what we would do is we'd click on the table or the chair, either way, and make a room from there. But here what you do is instead you use your zone button, which is Z. It's one of these buttons down here. And by that, I mean it's this button right over here. It places zones, but it's a Z hotkey. And here what I can do is I can assign offices this way. So that's room number 1. And office number 2. There you go. So office number 1, I will assign it to our bookkeeper, Pizzametris. And room number 2, I will assign to our manager, who's also our expedition leader over here. So there you go. They'll have their own offices now. So now Pizzametris is going to spend a bunch of time in here. There we go. Now we have accurate counts. Look at that. See that? By default, and that's one thing. In Classic Dwarf Fortress, the bookkeeper's accuracy is set, I think, in the middle by default, or quite low. And the thing you always want to do is you want to max out the accuracy so you get actual numbers. Well, now that gets set by default. So we're going to get actual numbers over here, which is really handy. One of my kitties just came to say hi. Let's see how much she likes watching Quill play DF. Oh no, do you have a cat explosion? Cat explosion going on in your house? Terabad. Okay. Alright, smoothing is still very slowly happening. Oh, that's Starfire. Right. What I might want to do... Okay, fish dissector isn't really a job we care much about. Erdem over here, let's allow them to become a stone cutter. Because right now, stone cutting is set to only the select to do it. I can put everyone does this. Which might be okay. I mean, if they're idle and everything for any reason. Let's see here. How, so again, I like having the idle counter on the screen to give me a good job of how busy people are or not. Despecialize you. Yeah, I might go and say everyone can do this. We're gonna have to figure out our labor policies, but for now, we can let everyone come down and start smoothing some stuff. Don't anger the fishmongers. Hey, Sir Groogy, thanks for the raid! Try connecting... Oh, someone's asking something. Try connecting stairs on top of downstairs. I know. Oh, is the caravan here? Although it is a... Or maybe it's just because autumn kicked in for the first time. Although it is a grim reminder of the winter hardships to come, the supply caravan from the confusing spears, that's our civilization, by the way, is a welcome sight. Their eyes are alight with the anticipation of inspecting the splendid products of your industrious dwarf. Sorry, I should have read that as the anticipation. Take careful stock of your own stores. What these merchants offer might very well be the difference between prosperous future and a slow and meaningless death. Dun dun dun. Any shelves or barrels to improve storage? So that's actually a great question. I should really start bin production. So we do have barrels. Food basically has to be stored in barrels to be produced, but I should also have bins because that'll allow us to stock things more efficiently, especially if we're making mugs. Yeah. Well, certainly, okay. In work orders, I definitely want to set up a job over here for wooden bins. Some call-in bins. Some French-Canadian humor. We'll put a condition here. If we have fewer than 10 empty bins, let's make some bins. If we have fewer than 10 empty bins, make a bin. I don't want to overload the queue. So every day, they will check to see if they need to make a bin. So we'll slowly add up that number. That's going to be okay. This is the vanilla Steam version, yeah. So I guess the caravan is actually here. So we're going to get a meeting with the... Oh, that might have been him, the liaison meeting in. Are you actually here? Did you just flavor text me? Diplomacy! Hey, look at this. Hang on a sec. The expedition leader, 4-star Flood, meets with the outpost liaison, Rimtar Osirazvaz. I am your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. Okay. There is much to share. So information's been added to Civilization World Info. Okay.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
V. Kaloom, thank you. Ooh, tier 3. Holy cow. Yeah, 4-star. You're the expedition leader and the manager. You're in charge. I rate this Flood 4 out of 5 stars. See, this... Okay, everything about a trade interface is really not as good in the Steam version. This is the one thing that I'm super duper going to complain about. Even without mods or anything like that. So if I want leather, what I would do in the trades, like this is in the import request. This is what we want the caravan to bring. It would be quite easy for me to just hold shift and arrow key, and it would increase the ask for all the leathers. So I'd say, I don't care what leather it is. Just bring me some. Here I have to like specifically say, I want these leathers. I really don't care. And there's a lot of different types of creatures in here. So I think this could be improved. I think everything about, like, this request, like, yes, I want cloth. We always want cloth. We'll ask for some silk as well, because we might get some dwarves in some strange moods. I don't want crafts. I don't need wood. We can get this. Theoretically, I'm going to be able to smelt lots of metal, so I'm not going to ask for any metal bars over here. We don't need gems, stone blocks. I think we're fine. Seeds, yeah, I would love more seeds. Plump helmet spawn, which is going to be a primary food industry. Pigtail seeds, so we can keep a good cloth industry. That's going to be wonderful. I don't really need to ask for anything else. I would love it if you brought some iron anvils. Iron anvils, steel anvils are both the same. Iron is cheaper. Bring some of those. That's going to be great. I don't think we need to ask for any weapons, although we could ask for confused spears, since that's the name of our civilization. I wouldn't mind you sending me a few picks so we can dig a little bit faster, actually. I don't know if we ask for armor this early on. I don't know if that's a big deal. Bring booze, for sure. Bring food. Again, I don't care. Dwarven cheese? Cheese made out of dwarven milk? Control clicking... Clicking, yeah, there might be some key things.
New subscriber.
Hang on. Just bring dwarven cheese. Hey, Gornal. I have so many questions. I'm not sure I want answers, but I do have a lot of questions. Let's get some gypsum powder to make casts with, please. I don't think we need any of these extracts. So is there dwarven milk as an extract? There is dwarven milk. Huh. I guess that's how you get dwarven cheese. I'll ask for, like, random meats. You know, random fish. I like to buy it. I don't know if I'll need the veggies or the stone. Sometimes cages are fine. I don't think I'll bother asking for bags. Wait, actually, we can get our own sand pretty easily. Glass industry can be a little bit of work to get started in. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for some. I think green glass is the cheapest. Now, I wonder if it'll remember this next time. Because one of my complaints about classic Dwarf Fortress is it doesn't remember, so you have to do this every single time. If this remembers, I'll be much happier. Bring some raw cloth, because we might get requests for things, and some yarn. Because again, if we get strange moods, it can come up. Okay. I'm gonna hit done. So there we go. So this is everything we're asking for. They will be priced a little higher. So what happens here, we're just asking that they bring this stuff with them. So it should guarantee that this stuff will be brought if possible, but they will charge us more for it. Okay. What do they offer? They have a need for windows and amulets. Which will give us a premium. Only applies to trades next year. So if we, not with any merchants currently present. So if we just make a bunch of windows or amulets might be very easy for us to make. We could sell those at a premium next year, which we could consider. Dwarven milk is like Cornish pasties, although they might still be made out of people from Cornwall for all we know. Is that the story? God, I love the Cornish pasties. And they're great whether they're filled with, like, meat or, like, you can get vegetarian ones. Just, like, give me a cheese and onion pasty. Heaven. Heaven! Windows to look at the outside. We do have a bunch of sand, so a glass industry is absolutely 100% possible. I want a Cornish pasty, amazing things, need to make some. Yeah. That's the great thing. You, like, waiting for a train. You get yourself a little pasty at the train station. Oh, perfect. Very warming. What kind of amulets will we be making? Mugs on chains? Yeah. So what I want to do is I do want to bring some goods over here. But the problem is none of our mugs are in bins right now, which is going to make it a little awkward. Because dwarves are going to have to bring these one at a time. But let's grab what mugs we've got and bring them over. And then we're also going to bring our finished goods bins. Yeah, we don't have any. Because normally things like mugs go in a bin that gets labeled a finished goods bin. So we're just going to have to bring 36 individual mugs in a very awkward way up over here. Should have started the bin making a little sooner. Is it logs or wood? It's logs, okay. And we've got 70 logs, good. I was just trying to decide if I need to cut down more trees or anything like that. I only requested some of my mugs, did I? I thought I clicked the, I clicked this button over here. So selected. Oh, that's only mudstone mugs. Bauxite mugs. Microcline mugs. Okay. All right, thank you. I hadn't realized that. So yeah, so what we should be seeing here is, bring item depot. This is very inefficient, because each mug has to be carried individually. If they're in a box, then you bring a box at a time, which is great. But that's okay. I don't even know if we necessarily want to buy much. Just gifting them some mugs might not be the worst idea in the universe. I don't know if they're collapsible categories. It's a good question. This is slowly being done here as well. I think our default Embark did come with wheelbarrows, but that's an excellent point. I guess we could check the stocks. Wheelbarrow. So we came with one wheelbarrow. Which did get assigned by default to our stockpile. I think these all stockpiles are told to, have a bunch of barrels and bins and one wheelbarrow if they've got it. So technically we could use another one for the other place. So yeah, let's go. I like doing things through the... Oh, it's wooden. There you go. And just make me one, please. I like doing it through here, so I don't have to look like, okay, well, hold on, where do we build it? Carpenter's Workshop. Where's my Carpenter's Workshop? There it is. Although, as it turns out, there's menus to help us find that now, which is great. But then you got to find the right workshop, add the task over there. Or you could just go through the work orders menu and say, listen, build me a wheelbarrow. I don't care where you build it. Just get it built. The trader's about to be mugged. We should steal from elven and human caravans. You know? Okay, so let's request our trader. Wait, do we have... Oh, I don't think we have a trader assigned. No, we do. Broker is Tellur. Oh! I thought this is a mode select you toggle through, but no. There we go. Broker requested a depot. Teller was making a bin, but is now coming to here. What I like is that the game doesn't pause when you're in these screens by default. Okay, trade. So because I only moved individual mugs, it's actually going to be quite handy for me to say, listen, here, have some mugs. This is 850 dwarf bucks worth of mugs. I don't even know if they're all moved yet. I guess, I could check over here. Trade depot. Yeah, they must be here. So let's trade I'm going to offer all these mugs, 850 dwarf bucks worth. And then what do we want over here? Do we even want anything early on? Well, actually, let me get a couple pieces of glass. I think it's a little early for us to get a strange mood. So strange mood as a dwarf wants to make an artifact, and they have very specific demands, and it can be sometimes awkward if you don't have it. Although I guess in the later versions of Dwarf Fortress, I don't think they ask for anything that you've never had in your fortress. Still, I'll go ahead and get this. It can be nice to get some ropes early on, but I don't know if we'll have the cash. I think these are musical instruments. These cages have some animals inside. For 30, I could get a goose. Female goose. Hey, it could be laying eggs. You know what? Maybe we'll do that. Get some booze barrels. Well, they're not all booze. We got rum, milk, beer. Okay, let's just take the booze. Because we don't have a cheese industry. I mean, we can cook with milk and stuff, but yeah, picks. Getting more of these is going to be wonderful to be able to have more dwarves mining. Bronze pick is super cheap. I think I'll get an iron pick as well. So that way we can have 3 dwarves at a time mining. We are going to be limiting how much more we can get because the trader definitely wants to turn a profit. How much of a profit it needs depends very much on the skill of the dwarf doing the trading. So I'm not going to buy any of the armor. Or mittens. We could get some of these cave wheat. There you go. Bag of seeds. Plump helmet spawns. We'll get that as well. I might... This might be hitting the limit to how much I can trade for. I'd love to get some cloth bags. Like a box full of this. But yeah, there's no way we have enough for this. I think we might go... Ooh, iron anvil. Okay, let me attempt this. Because he's going to make 127 dwarf bucks worth of profit. Yeah, we might only have 1 axe too, but I don't really need to chop down trees that fast. Yeah, no. What if I take away the anvil? Okay, there you go. You're going to be fine with that. All right, come back next year. We'll have lots of mugs for you. We could make amulets.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
Feels so off-brand for us, though. But we know it would make lots of cash. Champ Burgundy! Hey, thank you. Can we make, like, rock amulets? We can. No amulets? Mugs. All right, Punisher. I don't want your Rhino Fury to start assaulting me. Only mugs, all the time. The official drink of Quill's Dwarf Fortress runs. New version, new industry. I'm gonna start wearing bling. Muglets. You know what they are? And people used to... It's just a mug, like, that you have on a chain. That's what our amulets are. It's just a mug on a chain. It's very convenient because it's always around you. That's what our amulets are. That, I'm going to go for it. That's canon now. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Oh, did I not have the mug job in here? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'd put it as a repeating thing over here, even though knowing that it might fail at some point. I'm going to cancel that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say... Rock amulet. Oops. Like, make 10 a day forever? I don't know if that's what I want. Do we just want to make them infinitely? Do we want to put a limit? Like, listen, get us to, like, what if you've hit 100 amulets, you can stop. Normally, I do just turn the job on and put it on repeat and let them work on it forever. How'd you get your FPS to show at the bottom? There's an option in the settings menu. Setting, game, scroll down a bunch. I wonder if we'll do infinite. There you go. Restart and complete. Make 10 at a time, over and over and over again. Okay. Infinite amulets. And then we can maybe go back to mugs next year. Or whatever else is more valuable. Yeah, more amulets, more trade. Maybe we can buy their entire set. Okay, we're starting to get some dwarves that are kind of pretty cranky here. Letast, who is one of our currently unnamed newest colonists. Why are you so cranky? Annoyed lack of chairs. Grouchy when caught in the rain. Okay, I mean, kind of legit. We're still smoothing out our dining hall here, but we can start, like, kitting it out. Build furniture, table. Oh, is it resetting my cursor position each time? That's very annoying. All right, that's as many tables as I've got. Build furniture, chair. There you go. This is going to become a dining hall. I guess I can zone this now, actually. Dining hall. Is there a flood fill option by default? There's rectangle, draw, erase. No. Is flood fill... Maybe it was DF hack. I don't like that I can't actually see properly because of the smoothing commands. There we go. It's kind of okay. We can always fix it later. Dining hall is set. Multi instead of paint is flood fill. Oh! Multi? Alright, well, this is fine. Although I guess the flood fill wouldn't have worked properly with the, without the doors over here anyway. Speaking of... Back here. Hey, chat, remind me, you get plump helmet seeds from cooking or brewing. You get from brewing. I believe cooking destroys seeds. Brewing does not. Oh, just realized we still have Teller over here. We don't need to trade over here anymore. Can you engrave the pillars just so we can take a look? Yes! We will do some engraving after the smoothing is done. Because honestly, the smoothing's not kind of as distinctive in this tile set as some of the ones we played at, right? This is a rough wall, this is a smooth wall. It's like, yeah, okay, it's got the straight line, but it's got sort of that natural stone look. I guess, yeah, we could go, here, we'll set up an engrave on this pillar and see what that does. Up downstairs do look pretty good, yeah, I agree. Should you move the bedrooms? New dwarves have none. So, well, everyone has a bed. This is just a dormitory. This is a public bedroom. Anyone who's tired can go and sleep here. We are working on individual bedrooms here, which will give our dwarves more good thoughts. But I'm not rushing necessarily to get things moved. I thought you get seeds from cooking and brewing. Okay, I might be wrong. Okay, I know eating the raw food will leave the seed. I think, and it can be wrong. Check the wiki. But I think cooking it destroys the seed at the same time. I might be completely wrong, though, so. It's been known to happen. It's rare. But every now and again, I get something wrong. So Talwell says cooking used to destroy seeds. Or maybe it used to destroy seeds and presumably maybe still does, yeah. And other people says cooking does destroy seeds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Actually, I think by default in our kitchen here, so if we look at our plump helmets, by default, our kitchen is allowed to cook plump helmets right now, which we, might want to block. Not that it matters, because we don't have a kitchen, we're not cooking food yet. So we'll worry about that later on. But it does suck if you cook all your plump helmets and then don't end up with any seeds left over at the end. Okay, this has been detailed. Okay, this tile set. Hang on, there is something. Hold on. With the engravings. I know I saw it. Where is it? Engraving start obscured is no. But I'm certainly not seeing, but this has been detailed, right? Because this is a smooth wall. This is a detailed wall. It's got an image of a horse. It looks the same here. Did I actually put a door down there? Key. There we are. I wouldn't mind to see a little more of a different look here for the smooth version. Although, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a great default tile set in the Steam version. It's really good. Funny penguin saves. Yeah! We got Pengu over here or whatever, right? Setting for hiding engravings by default. Well, yeah, but it's currently set to no. What happens if I set it to yes? Does it look different? Maybe they've got it inverted. Engraving start obscured is on no. If I set it to yes, I mean, it's the same here. I don't know if there's... Yeah, I don't know. I'll put it back to no. Oh, someone asking about the frames per second display. It's over here. And yeah, games per second cap is by default set to 100. I don't like smooth rock, not as much as your normal tile set. Yeah, I like everything about this tile set, except I think I would like the smooth rock to look a little bit more sort of smooth and less natural, or more of a distinction between these two. I don't know. On the bright side, the rough stone doesn't look too bad. Some of the tile sets I use, the rough stone looks terrible until it's smoothed. Dwarf Fortress doesn't have FPS, it has CPS. Cats per second, yeah! Alright, bulk smoothing everything over here. And yeah, we'll move the beds down here later on as well. So yeah, the merchants left at some point. This music is great. I love the new tunes in this game. How to designate a hospital in Steam? I think it's part of the zone system. I don't think it's part of the zone system. Isn't it? That's weird. Is it under meeting area? Oh! It is! Oh, interesting! Oh! Okay, yeah, that's slightly different. Then Doc will need smooth walls to become a smooth operator. Get out! Villain. Get out. Okay, let's actually construct some little walls and doors here around this, just to stop animals from, like, casually walking through. So, constructions, walls, yeah, use closest material is going to be fine. Although, I guess if I do this, it might end up being a lot of wooden stuff. Which, you know what, this is just a temporary little building. It's going to be okay. Oh. Okay, quite expecting that to work that way, but I guess that works fine. I mean, that's going to be an excessive number of doors, but that's fine.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
Oh, I can't place the doors down until the walls drop. Don't shape it like... I know! Anytime you do something with rotational symmetry... Let's just not look at the surface until the doors are in place. Who's that sub? Ah, Lucius! Luscious. Thanks for the sub. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Smoothing is on its way. I think I did order the extra beds, I think, to be queued up.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new
Oh,
subscriber.
shift mouse wheel goes 10 floors at a time. That's interesting. Honey Ultra, hey, thanks for the sub. Oh, I had some bits earlier. Well, those of you who aren't around very often, you should know I'm terrible at my job. And I miss everything all the time. Oh, I need to get that salad. Is it 4 o'clock? Have we really streamed for 2 hours already? What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna go and get that salad. People sent me food, and I wanna acknowledge that by eating it on stream. God damn. Well, we're gonna keep going for now.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's
You know, my weekday streams are normally 2 hours, but we're gonna go a little over today. We are streaming more Dwarf Fortress tomorrow, though, so be prepped for that. What was that other sub that just came? Oh, why is my chat not scrolling properly? Or was that? Okas, hey, thanks. Essentially, you can go take a nap. It's okay. We'll be fine. I promise I won't be too terrible while you're away. I like how the beds are different colors and their pillows are in different positions. Just randomized art. That's nice. Oh yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the salad. Enjoy the chair. Get up and stretch. Stretch your legs.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
Alright, I'm back. So I got this lovely, healthy salad that someone sent me. Hang on, let's acknowledge these names here. Oh, it'll be easier if I go to this other screen. Load faster. So yes, KG sent this wonderful, healthy salad. Kerbal King sent a wonderful, not healthy poutine, which we'll be having later. But to pair with this salad, because you know it's after 4 now, right? So I'm off work. I'm off duty now. So we're gonna have an appropriately dwarvy beverage, I would say. A beer, which foamed a little and spilled. This is from Manitoulin Brewing, for those of you who are familiar with Northern Ontario. Manitoulin Island, the largest freshwater island in the world. There we go. This is the Cup and Saucer English Ale. Cup and Saucer is a small hill nature area, or more typically referred to as the Cup and Saucer Trail, which is a beautiful sightseeing hiking trail on Manitoulin Island. You from up north? Yeah. Live in Northern Ontario. Cheers! Well, that's quite the head on that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let that sit for a second to be actually drinkable. Okay! Bam. Let's just pretend it's Pump Helmet beer. Exactly. Let's have a bite of this salad. What dressing did I put on this? I think the sweet onion. It's really good. You have family in Espanola. Nice. You want to make a beer company called Dwarf and Milk now? Ha ha! Oh, there you go. Kashi Sunya says, Manitoulin Island's my favorite place in the world. It's great. It's the only place in the world that I can do nothing. Normally, I always have to be doing something. I can't sit still. Unless I'm on Manitoulin Island. In which case, I can just sit myself in a chair, watch the wind blow the trees, and be absolutely content. It's weird. Oh, you grew up just outside the Sioux. Wow! We have a lot of northern people. Nice! Let's go ahead and de-blueprintify all this. We'll let this get dug out. Oh, we got a couple little migration waves. Indeed! I'm used to the migration wave. You normally get a pop-up that stops the game. I'm not going to notice when we get new migrants. But yeah, we are up to 16. I don't like that the bacon is intact. Like, crumble up the bacon, Subway. What are you doing, man? I'm going to eat, like, a slice of bacon in one big bite. Not our baby. It's a horse baby. So, some of these pop-ups use the dwarf's full name and not their nickname. Obviously, that has to be changed. Shady Walker, the Steam version Dwarf Fortress came out today. So you've only missed it by a few hours. It's our very first day streaming this. And it's very exciting. Alright, let's have one more big bite. And then I'll put it aside until after the stream. Big bite. And kudos to Subway for changing from their plastic containers to recyclable cardboard. That's an interesting question, Real Bisa. How do you make a bedroom also into Dwarf's office? I don't know if you can double stack them the same way. Because both are zones, right? Bedrooms and offices. Can you make them overlap? Like, if I do this... Overlapping bedroom. And I can't click on it anymore. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you can make them overlap. I think you get a complaint. I don't think it's as impressive. I think you get a malice. I think at least in Classic you would get a malice. Like, you wouldn't get as much of a bonus, but you could double dip. Still, I will just go ahead and not keep the bedroom there. Oh yeah, Zalior, you're in the game. Where's Zalior? Right over here. Currently a bower. We might have to do something about that. Bowing is not something we need a lot. Carpentry, if we do keep working on that, will be okay. I feel like we're going to want to organize our dwarves into their work details at some point. The advantage of... Okay, so the disadvantage of putting dwarves on a specific fixed work detail is that, you know, they might, if there's not their specific job available at any given time, they might spend more time idle. The advantage of using strict work details is that dwarves will only ever do that job, as you know, or whatever you assign it to, and therefore will actually start to develop skill in that category, more focused. So. So we have these rooms over here. Am I... Theodore, thanks for the gift subs! 5 gift subs. Is there a shortcut, I wonder, to assigning rooms really fast? I'm thinking the answer... Well, okay. If I turn on multi... Select a rectangle which contains beds in order to form bedrooms. Rooms with multiple beds will be made into dormitories. 7 bedrooms created. Oh, that's useful. Oh, that's useful. All right. That's pretty strong. I like that. Okay. Do we have doors waiting for us? Okay, we do. Again, I would like to see a little tweak to how this interface works. There you go. See, it doesn't tell you until you try to click it that you've run out. I would like maybe a little planning mode for that. I don't remember. Did I actually set up a repeating door job? Yeah. So more doors. If I have fewer than 10 doors, we make a door every day. But we'll get started on that. And then with beds, so what I'm going to do is pop back over here. And all of these beds... Remove building. Now, normally... So in Classic, there's a way to, like... remove construction. Other constructed tiles. I don't know if that's going to count for furniture. No, I guess there was never any way to, like, uninstall a lot of furniture. Other than you would hit Q for your query mode, and then move your cursor, deconstruct, and then just hit left, deconstruct, da-da-da-da-da-da. Can I hit delete? I need a hotkey for this. Because this is currently not very convenient to do in bulk. There wasn't anything under the furniture thing, was there? No. Oh, and let me remove the dormitory mode. Okay, so the multi-zone thing was really handy. That was really great, because it made all these individual bedrooms in one go, which is really handy. Oh. I guess one of the beds must not have been uninstalled yet, because I couldn't put that one there. There we go. Got that door in there. Check the eraser next to build. Well, there's the eraser here, but this removes mining. It removes orders, right? So I can use this to get rid of this, but it doesn't get used to remove furniture. It would be nice maybe if there's a mode here that is the, like, uninstall furniture mode. You have your stocks listed at top. Does it only show up with specific grid width settings? I don't know. I didn't do anything. I didn't change any settings whatsoever. So I don't know why the stocks show up for me and maybe not other people. You can remove furniture with the digging menu. Can you? Because, I mean, I can remove constructed, but that's not furniture. We just tried it, right? If I do this, it doesn't remove this furniture. This is dumping. Okay, claim, forbid, dumping, yeah. Melting, yeah. Hidden, yeah. Okay, so it's not that. Oh yeah, maybe there's a scaling option or something. Stock doesn't show up for some people because of UI scaling problem. Yeah, so maybe there's, so I didn't change anything. But I suspect there's something over here that might be messing with things, or, you know, causing people to have lack of menus or something. I do have it in window mode. Yeah. Even without a bookkeeper, it should show up with, like, really rough numbers over here, so I don't know. I do have a bookkeeper, yeah. I think before I had a bookkeeper assigned, I still saw rough numbers over here. But once I got a bookkeeper with an office, I got accurate ones. But I think the stock showed up over here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they didn't show up at all until I had the bookkeeper. Sorry, I'm trying to solve other people's problems, and I don't... It's not happening for me, so I can't compare. Okay. Get this lattice bed installed. You had to boost your grid width to 250 to get the stocks to show up. So what does it do, actually? So what's my... Okay, my grid width right now is 170, which is the default. If I type in 250... Ooh. Ooh. So yeah, it makes... You know, it's... So it's the UI scaling option, even though there's also a UI scaling option. Oh, that's scaling if not fitting width. So you might not have to change the width, but you might be able to change the scaling if it doesn't fit. I like that it's putting a lot more stuff on the screen, but for streaming purposes, it might be better to have things a little bit bigger here. So yeah, I guess mess around with something like that. How long does it take to master the game? I'll let you know if it ever happens to me. I don't know how many hours I've got in the classic version of this game. It's got to be over 1,000. It's got to be. I assume. It'll be interesting to see what the Steam numbers get to. But there's still lots of things that... There's a lot of systems, a lot of good ways to make things. Anyone try it on Steam Deck? Oh. Does Steam Deck has a touchscreen? I'm assuming it does. So our bedrooms are now assigned. I do like the multi-assignment. That's great. What are all these people doing in here? Oh! Wait, are you guys married? Toon? Yeah! Okay. These two people are married and they have 2 kids. Should I give them extra beds? That's going to turn into a dormitory. $22K playing Steam version. Yeah, today was like the #1 purchase game. Steam numbers will be several hours higher just from world creation. Well, that's true. It'll be interesting to see how many people stick in here. Yeah, there are people with 1K plus hours who haven't touched pumps, minecarts, diplomacy, or soap making. So I do mess around with soap making. I have used pumps when necessary. It doesn't come up very often. Minecarts? Nope, that's deep magic. Oh yes, it's true. Children are more useful now because under the labor screen... No. Wasn't it here? Oh, chores. Okay. Under labor, you go to standing orders and chores. This is what kids can do. Kids can do these chores. So kids are useful now because they can haul. Can we kill the bird? Are we still getting bothered by birdie sounds? Oh yeah, I guess it's there. It's not loud, but it is. Maybe it's a little annoying. All right, let's just kill the ambiance completely to eliminate bird sounds. There's probably a sound file we can delete. How do I plant mushrooms inside my base? So you need to make a farm plot, and then you tell the farm plot to plant plump helmets. You can do that in every season. Then you do need seeds, but the seeds should come if you've got any plump helmets. So I have plump helmets. As soon as these get brewed or eaten, they will leave the seed behind and then keep getting planted. How much? I do have 155 drink. And I got food, so I guess I don't have to stress about the fact I don't currently have any seeds. You like the bird sounds? Almost everything I know about Dwarf Fortress comes from reading Boat Murdered. Yeah, everyone should read Boat Murdered. It was great. How do I make soil floors? Okay, you can get muddy floors. So this is just sand. There just was sand here. One way to get muddy floors, which are quite good for growing, is you get the area wet. So we have to actually work on that. Because one of the things is the sand is like bad for soil. If I made it muddy, I bet you it would be better soil. The other thing I could do is just dig down to a cavern and then plant stuff there. So with if you get a bit of water in here, it leaves behind mud, which is great for growing. So if we didn't have a sandy layer here, if we only had stone, then we would have to do something with water to leave mud behind so we could grow. And yeah, one of the ways you could do it is you can make like a little hole and just tell your people to like dump water into it. So they get them to, oh, is this frozen over? It is. Our little ponds are frozen. How spiffy. But I don't think we really have to worry about that. I mean, because we do have soil. Oh, this can get built here finally. Build. doors. Here. Okay. So what are the chances Quillikeen was going to play this today? Huh? I'm not sure I understand the question. Or the answer is 100%. We can tear down the wagon. The wagon is has 3 logs in it, so we can just get that out. Plus, the wagon acts as a bit of a meeting point. So some people linger around by the wagon, which may or may not be what we want. So by getting rid of it, they'll probably end up going to the dining room. Because the dining halls, I believe, act as kind of meeting rendezvous points. Is it snowing? Oh, yeah! There is indeed a dusting of snow on the ground. Oh, there's the weather report over here, too. So that looks like snowing to me. Oh, it's rhetorical question. Okay. Music's too loud? Sorry, I didn't realize that. Here, we'll bring that down. We'll have to keep doing some ajustements along the way. Okay, so we've got walls here, but this is actually sealed in because the roof is open. So what we want to do is we want to fill in the roof. So if we go, here, we'll just install a little ramp right there. Nope. Oh no, it'd be a construction, wouldn't it? Because this is dig a ramp. Yeah. So we actually have to go to constructions. There we go. Ramp. I'm gonna put a ramp right there. Perfect. So then our dwarves will be able to go up this ramp and access the top of the wall here. And then what we want to do is construct floor. And there we go. So the dwarves will be able to walk up here. They can stand on top of the wall, and then they'll build floor over here. And this should be a nice little sealed-in thing. Should I build floor on top of the doors? I don't know if we need it. I guess I'll build it just in case. There you go. Won't that cause sun sickness? This is not going to change because I don't think the lighting is going to really be affected anywhere. And whether or not our dwarves get sun sickness mostly depends on if they go to the surface or not. Yeah, game's been out for a few years. I mean, it still is. The creators of 20 more years, they figure, until it maybe gets done. Which I love. Pretty sure floors over doors are required to prevent diagonal movement from flyers unless that's changed. I don't know. Okay, well, we'll build it just to be sure. So looks like that's done, so I think I'm going to remove this. So this is where, with the mining pick, the remove construction, this will remove that ramp. Stairs let through light. They might let through light in this particular column only. But yeah, I don't think that's really going to affect whether dwarves get like the cave adapted or not. I might be wrong about that. It's been known to happen before. Okay, so this is a pretty solid and stable setup currently. I think I will go and pop open more storage. So our stockpiles are still damn full. Now, we don't have all of our workshops set up yet, so let's set up a few and think about what industries we might want to get going next. I'm going to do it for now. I'm going to change my labors here. Right, I need to assign specific people to doing some mining jobs. Because otherwise they won't do it. Fishery worker, here, we'll assign you. Fisher dwarf over here. Here, we'll do that as well. And I don't really care about fishing too much. So we'll set that up, because I think... Did we buy 2 extra picks? We did. So we should be able to have, like, 3 people doing mining things. Excellent. What happens to the vanilla version of the game now? I don't know. I don't know if the development's going to keep going in parallel or not. I have no idea. I suspect what's going to happen is the free version, you know, Dwarf Fortress Classic, might get kind of frozen where it is. I don't know. This is a good tune. Quill's last confirmed mistake was February 12, 2008. Wow. Toady said it will continue parallel. Nice. cool. I mean, with proper code segregation and good like source control, you know, like your Git or whatever, you can absolutely keep two like fairly distinctive branches that still have some shared code-based elements, which is nice. Or you know, if you've organized the gameplay logic in a DLL versus whatever, that's quite neat. Clarity, no access to Steam mods. Sure, yeah. Understanding they were waiting for civilian quantum computing so they can accurately simulate the entire Dwarf Fortress universe before calling it done. Star Citizen was scheduled for just after the heat death of the universe. Classic will have all the features from premium minus Steam features, soundtrack, and fancy pixels. So we're gonna go for another half hour. That'll be a 3-hour stream today. We're gonna have another stream tomorrow. And yeah, I'll have to stop then because I do have some other things happening. Is the music still on the loud side for people? I'm gonna master. Well, I don't know, the sound effects might be fine currently. Actually, I haven't really noticed many sound effects. Maybe the sound effects are more like combat. Music's fine. Oh, well, okay. We'll still bring it down a scooch. Well, now I don't hear it at all, but I don't think there's any playing. I think we're in between songs. Some people are saying music was perfect. Tell you what, I will, because I brought down the master volume a bit. Let me bring the music back up over here and see. It's possible the music varies a little bit between sounds. We get a bit of that issue with RimWorld as well, especially with the P music pack. Kind of loud. Wonder if it's music, winter music or something. That could happen. So yeah, frame rate's still sitting at 100, which is currently the max, which is nice. Oh, we got Jet over here. Music's louder than the music, but it's also random with long silence bits. Not much of a hassle. Yeah. Well, I haven't really messed around with ChatGPT, but it is kind of interesting. That AI chat thing. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's cool that it exists. I had nothing else. We did make... Well, I made one more wheelbarrow. What I should probably do, actually, is get a couple more. Because by default, each one of these... each one of these stockpiles gets allocated one wheelbarrow, which seems totally fine to start off with. Is it possible to run ChatGPT locally yet? I don't know that. I run a stable diffusion locally to make AI art, rather than sit like 10 minutes in a queue somewhere. Plus, you get more options running it locally, but it does hammer the computer a fair bit. So let's take a look at our least happy dwarf and see if maybe we can do something about that. So it's still a tuss. They've been cranking this entire time. Blissful, satisfied, pleasure, satisfied, satisfied. Oi. Ooh, unable to pray. Bored after leading an unexciting life for so long. How do I make you not be bored? Uneasy not being able to pray. So you want to pray to a couple of different gods. Okay, well, let's get these extra workshops. Oh, does this display tell us how many of a workshop we have? Oh, that's in the classic version. You actually do get that indicator. It makes it easy to see if you've missed something. Let's get a bower so we can consider making arrows. Carpenter crafts, we're good there. I don't know if we need a jeweler right now. Let's get a mechanic so we can start working on mechanisms to build traps. Let's set up the sort of a clothing industry. Oh, we should set up hunting and butchery, perhaps. I think that was leatherwork. Set up a loom. Check. Yeah, leatherworks, loom, and a clothier over here. We still have to set up a dyer, but we can wait on that. No, amulet is made actually in crafts workshop over here. The jeweler... Oh, we should get a jeweler set up in general. Yeah, well, we should set up a jeweler. I think I said, oh, it's too early. I'm taking it back. We'll set up a jeweler, because we have hit some gems that we can fancy up, and we can encrust objects with jewelry. We can encrust amulets with jewelry. Since we know amulets are going to be selling for like 200% bonus, that's actually pretty good. So, did they ever automate other... I know with DF Hack, I automate gem cutting. I don't know if they ever got any kind of automation for it in here. Wait, hold on. Does this just generically cut gems now? So I don't have to say, cut this gem, cut that gem, cut that gem. This just grabs any old gem that happens to be around and cuts it. I mean, I could specify, if I hit sapphire over here, it'll cut sapphire. That's... yeah, that's, I'm sure, a lot better. I'm betting encrusting works the same way. So I guess what I should do, rather than just put it on repeat, is I should just put in a job maybe. Which is just something like, let's keep 10 cut gems around. There. If we have fewer than 10 gems, cut a gem. So we can encrust finished goods with cut gems. Details. Specify type. Oh no, that's not what I'm looking for at all, is it? Can I not specify what the finished good is? I can specify what kind of gem and what kind of like decoration we do with it. Huh. Can I just not say... I guess I can't say just encrust amulets specifically. Why not all just keep wealth down? But wealth and also just work time. Because the jeweler can do other things. I don't necessarily want them spending all their time cutting gems when they could be encrusting it. The thing is, and I will say this, typically what I do is I set basically unlimited gem cutting. In Classic, I would set unlimited gem cutting. Time for stockpile tricks. Right, because they grab from like the nearest stockpile, right? And you can also link things, so I could force the amulets to be stockpiled over here. I guess, okay, does everything... what counts as a finished good? I mean, mugs do. Crafts like instruments do. But I'm like, should I just set it there? Because really, I only kind of want to encrust things I plan on selling. Is this all just one big stockpile? Did it? Oh! See, you didn't used to be able to do, I think in Classic, these sort of stockpiles that are split like this, or some of these shapes as well. So I could have had all 4 of these just be a stockpile with the same rules. Yeah, we are going to need a military force at some point here. Oh, streams are crashing for people. What the hell, Twitch? Apparently in this version, we no longer have impassable tiles in our workshops. I suppose we're going to find out. Like, what we could do is we can make sure there's a job, whatever this is. Oh, that's the Bower's workshop. Let's queue up a job and make sure someone can access this. But I think people were saying in the Steam version there are no more impassable tiles in workshops, which I'm actually kind of fine with. So let's make a wooden crossbow. Someone, please. And we'll see if that gets done. Yep, there you go. Zalior! Hey! Zalior's going to come over and work on a crossbow for us. Cool. So with that in mind, let me go and queue up for wooden crossbows. Now, the material that a crossbow is made out of doesn't affect its range potential, but when someone gets into melee, they use it as a hammer. So technically things like iron crossbows are better because of... Whoa! Point Crow with a 20 sub bomb. Thank you very much. 20 gift subs from Point Crow. Amazing, thank you. I'm gonna ask for 9 more crossbows, so we'll have a total of 10, which means we could make a ranged squad. Smith might be good to recruit to alleviate their boredom. That's true. Oh yeah, now temples. Do we want to do... Yeah, let's do temples on this floor over here. We got our dining hall. Let's build... Maybe... Do this and wrap around. Temples don't have to be very big, I don't think. Okay, what I'm going to do here. First, I'm going to do an auto mine command here. I'm going to do this. We're going to mine out like these minerals. Then we'll figure out what we're doing with the space afterwards. And build skull-shaped temples. It will destroy our little Pengu. Maybe I should have built them on another floor. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Or maybe we're going to give Pengu wings. Or he's going to turn into some weird, like, Cthulhian horror. Sad newt. Do you watch any of the video chats with Tekken and the devs prior to November 2022 using an 18-year-old version of Fmod for audio? Oh, wow. I did watch some of them, but I definitely have not watched all of them. Damn, man, that is quite the vein of hematite. We should start working on our metal industry, especially since we do have access to there's like lignite or something somewhere. The one thing I will say with this version of the game, oh, there's some coal. It is a little bit tricky to spot some of the minerals. Oh, hang on. Is that correct? You're an auto. Is this all veins? Oh, because it's colonite. I mean, I guess we're gonna need it. All right, we'll do that. So we don't really have to worry about getting magma forges set up anytime soon because we have access to so much coal. Let's start a steel industry. Okay, steel industry, and also let's get some temples up. Look. Oh my god. These veins are crazy. Now, these are mudstone and bauxite. I'm curious what constructed walls look like. I guess we saw it on the surface. So they're not going to match, unfortunately, but I guess that's fine. Pengu got a hat. He's got a growth coming out of one arm. Or it's beautiful waving hair is what it is. Auto mining veins, I believe, was native in the classic version for a long time. I kept using DF Hacks version because it was really, I found it really convenient to just hit Control D on a vein and just have it get designated. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the classic version has had auto vein mining for a long time. I just had muscle memory for the other thing. Interesting, it didn't do these ruby clusters. Oh, I think because it was a different type of material, so it didn't keep auto digging that. That is, I think, why. Oh, see, we got some coal over here. Same thing. So it doesn't, it only it continues to auto mine the stuff of the same type as your designation. Where's auto vein mining? You hit mining, and by default, so there's a little arrow over here, right? If you expand this to show advanced options, all is just like what you use to like carve out a room. Auto is your auto vein mining. You can also, instead of auto vein mining, you can use this where it only designates ore and gems, but doesn't set up auto mining it to continue. But yeah, this little flyout thing over here, this also has you access your blueprints and stuff. Okay, bought it. After 2,000 hours of Factorio, I need some change. Well, Belgian Line, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, and so cosmetically, I actually am usually a big fan of when smoothed walls and constructed walls look the same, because it all looks like it's one, perfectly planned construction. Blame you for the fact I'm trying to work out how to get 4 million cubic meters of stuff, 50-ish jumps to my new corporation in EVE. Well, hey, I hope you enjoy playing EVE Online. Oh, God, what a wonderful game, huh? What a wonderful game. Okay, we're going to have to do some rebuilding here. I kind of wish I had maybe ignored the veins on this floor. On the other hand, the material is here, so what the heck. So this is a 6x8. Let's build a temple here. And I know we can do shared temples, but I'll do dedicated temples. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 like that. And then we're going to go build. And it's different. It's N. It's not capital C. Learning new hotkeys. I don't like it. Also, it is a little strange that when I'm doing some of these constructions, it doesn't show me, like, kind of the drag going on. So you kind of have, you're kind of blindly clicking, you know? I think I'll center this door. Actually, I'll do the same thing there, which means I'll go B, N, L. There you go. Yeah, C and E is used to go up and down in the default hotkeys, so I think that's why some of the hotkeys are different. Again, every single hotkey in the game, if you missed this earlier, every single key in the game can be rebound. Every single key in the game can be rebound. Every single key in the game can be rebound. I'm leaving the default hotkeys, though, just to, you know, I'll try to learn. I'll try to break my muscle memory. We'll see. If you build a wall, but question, will goblins or elves pay for it? Oh, they'll pay, all right. They'll pay. Can I bind them all to the same thing? Yes, you can bind them all to the one ring. As long as your lights are out, because you got to do it in the darkness. Thank God, it sounds mean the amount of games that still get released where you can't rebind controls, right? Yeah. Are macros still in? Yes, they are. However, by default, the building is, like, digging and stuff is all done via mouse. Like, we've been using that, certainly, right? So if I go and mine and, you know, do something like this, right? I'm using the mouse for it. You can't macro that part. However, if you want to do that kind of thing, under settings, under game, and, oh, right here. You don't have to scroll down, actually. Keyboard cursor enabled. If you click this and turn this to yes, then when you do mining, you get your keyboard cursor that you can control with arrow keys. And that means you can do macros. So that's what we did for these bedrooms, for example, right? I mean, we don't have any more pops, but if I wanted to, I could, so Control R, mine there, to there, to there, come back over here, Control R, play. There we go. That can be ready for the next migrant wave. Every time I use this in Dwarf Fortress, some people are always like, wait, is this a thing that exists? Yeah, macros have been Dwarf Fortress for years. Possibly over a decade. I don't know. Macros have existed in Dwarf Fortress. And yeah, they did exist here as well. But without the keyboard cursor, the application of macros was somewhat limited. But you just click that on, and then all of a sudden, groovy. Groovy, groovy, groovy. Oh, no. PR. There we go. Door. Excellent.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
Da-da-da. Hey, Foreverend. Don't have to connect those. Connect what? Oh, yeah, they're not going to get dug right now. I don't need them right now. I'm just leaving it there for later. We've got 16 population, and we have 14 bedrooms. Although some of them are married and have kids, and they're sharing bedrooms. I guess I could go and dig out the rest. Although I actually want this dug out first. What are my miners doing? Where are you digging? Oh, right. Yeah. All right. That was admittedly pretty serious. What's Marcasite? I don't remember Marcasite. Yeah. So they're digging out a massive amount of kaolinite here. Tell you what. Let's close that off. I actually don't mind if you keep going after the coal. But yeah, just leave this for now. Okay, temple. So if I go zone, meeting area, drag this out. Accept. Assign. Temple. Okay, Rawl Crestparch was one of the people that are one crankier dwarf. Well, a lot of dwarves are getting cranky. Wadded. Now, I could make a generic temple. I was hoping to make a dedicated one. Maybe I should just make... No, we'll go ahead and do this. All right. So that's called the Temple of Amethyst Temple from the Department of Redundancy Department. Okay. Now, crankiest dwarf. Oh, Pizza Metris is super cranky now. Latas has been cranky for a while. What about Pizza? Okay, needs decent meals. You've been away from your family. I can't help with that. If your family isn't in the fort... Now, is it just me, or does it look like Pizza Metris should be a lot happier here? Oh! I didn't realize this. They've got this unmet needs section. Oh, that's very handy. So right now, eating good meal and be with family is starting to be a bit of a cranky thing. But also, they'd like to fight and learn stuff. Help someone. Make merry. Okay. Well, we should probably get a kitchen set up. Let's do it. On our workshop floor here. Let's go ahead. We're going to build a workshop for under farming. So it's really food related. Is what this should be renamed to food related. We're going to build ourselves a kitchen. And actually, let's get a farmer's workshop for processing certain things here as well. Get that in place. How do you move items to the trade depot in this version? Anyone? Yeah, so there needs to be a trader kind of present on the map, same as in Classic. But once there is, on the trade depot, there's buttons to move goods. The Classic version is exactly the same, in that there needs to be a trader present for that to actually be there. Food reserves are dropping. True. If need be, it's not a bad idea. It is spring again. I'm going to pick a bunch of plants. In fact, I'm going to strip the map here. See, this mode, you get like the preview square, but sometimes you don't for some reason. And then what I'm going to do is go up a level. There we go. I'm going to designate all plants on both levels to be picked. Can you make auto mining lower priority? Oh, I could have. You're right. My auto vein mining, I could have made lower priority. Yeah, and if you aren't sure, when you do designated mining, you can set a priority where 1 is the top priority and 7 is the lowest. So you can have different mining jobs at different priorities so that, you know, they happen at different speeds. Okay. Kitchen. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to forbid plump helmets from being cooked so that we don't lose those seeds. Yeah, I think I would like a pop-up and a notification for migration. I feel like there's somewhere where you can customize something about messages. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, so I didn't want plump helmets cooked because I didn't want to, like, burn through the spawns, but everything else we'll do that. So let's set up a job. Well, actually, we're also picking some berries off the surface from the plants. So we have a brew drink from plants. I'm gonna make another one. I don't think you can copy an existing one. I'm gonna brew drink from fruit, where same thing. If the number of drinks is, well, actually, I might just be fine to process all of it. No. It's less than 100. These can trigger. Yeah, fermentable leaves and fruits, as long as we've got 10 of them and we've got room for them. There we go. And right now we have too many drinks, and apparently we don't have enough leaves and fruit anyway for it, but we'll put in a job so plants and fruit are both going to get turned into drink, which is good. And then we're going to cook. No. What's it called? I know it's like, oh, prepare. So we'll prepare some easy meals? I don't know, maybe we can go all the way up to fine meals. I guess easy meals is fine. So, if we have fewer than... Let's try to keep 50 of these cooked meals around. If we have fewer than 50... simple versus solid. I don't know. If we have fewer than 50 meals, try to cook 10 meals. 10 easy, 15 fine? Oh, maybe. Easy meals to increase skill? Easy meals are fine, fine meals are easy. Thanks! Yeah, I'll just do something like this. Alright. Satisfy something somewhere. You just had the game quitting on you. Oh, no, I have not had a crash in the game yet. How often does a dwarf need to eat? I actually don't know. Although I think they drink more than they eat. I don't think they eat every day. I feel like maybe they drink every day and eat every 3 days. I'm kind of just pulling some numbers out of my butt, though. So I don't actually know. One per season. Okay, so 10 meals, or 50 meals is actually insane then. Here, make 5 meals if there are fewer than 10. If there are fewer than 10 meals, make 5 meals. 166 food for 16 dwarves, not bad. Yeah, I don't know if each one of these foods represents a meal. It might. But yeah, it's a pretty large amount, yeah. No, the user interface is great. The tile set is great. There's a couple of things that it kind of missed. A couple of things maybe from the way the classic version did. Most of the things I miss is mostly from, like, you know, running DF Hack and Dwarf Therapist and those sorts of things. But Sleeper Dwarf Fortress. How am I to choose? Ah. All right, temple set. I mean, it's a basic temple with nothing fancy going on, but you know, we get it started somewhere. Another one here, except now I'm going to make this into a temple, but let's quickly check. So Latas is someone who's wanted to worship a couple things. Wants to worship a non-crystal gorg, and they're probably not the only dwarf who's going to want that. So we're going to make this into a new temple for a non-crystal gorge. There we go. Yeah, there's pizza metrist in here. They do want some actual cooked meals. We're working on it. Oh, they're gonna want mugs and stuff to be able to drink out of, aren't they? Well, I mean, we've got mugs. Do we put coffers in this room? Ooh, how do I? Hey, thanks for the bits. Yeah, his floor looks like a dead guy fell on his head. There's a lot of art that was going on this floor. Cabinet. Oh, chests. Here it is. Oh wait, I don't have any chests, do I? Let's make some rock coffers. We'll have an automated job for it. Oh, yeah, use any shop. Just make 1 a day if there are fewer than 10. Keep 10 around for doing bedrooms and stuff like that. Is there any... Oh, I don't think there's any benefit to putting workshops in our own rooms. Normally, I actually have a big room with all the workshops. I just think it's going to look cool. So, I'm doing it. I said the floor definitely looks different once it gets smooth. The wall, I mean, the walls do. None of these are smooth. But the walls do look different, but not maybe as distinctly as I would like. Yeah, I like the little workshops. I should get some extra doors on there. Wealth is now at 10,000 dwarf bucks. When do we get our first, when do strange moods become available? You need at least 20 dwarves? Or a certain amount of wealth? Yeah, I'm doing this layout because mostly it feels like it's going to be nice more than anything else. How's the beard going down? Very easily. Mm-hmm. Great. I'm feeling more like a dwarf right away. Can you remove slopes in mining? Yeah. Actually, that's a great question. It also designates all stairwells and ramps. Yeah. So there you go. Ramps get removed that way. They combine a few buttons together to make that one. How do you set a gem into a specific item is a great question. I don't know. Right now, like, all I can do is just say, in general, encrust finished goods with cut gems. And yeah, I think we can do things with, like, stockpile linking or the nearest stockpile. So if I only had amulets nearby, I think it would just be encrusting the amulets. But yeah, we're going to save often. I do have it set to save. Well, I guess it's twice a year instead of seasonally, and I might want to do that more. So someone else had a crash. Yeah. We'll save every season. Saving every season is what I do in regular Dwarf Fortress, because it crashes from time to time as well. I mean, especially with DF hack and everything, it I think exasperates the situation a lot. Oh, there you go. Curious, the devs did post a modding guide for Steam. That's right. Oh yeah, I remember reading that. So for some reason why your hallways is 3 wide, not 1 or 2, or 2 wide and not 1 or 3. So not 1 wide. Dwarves who have to squeeze by one another, like in a 1 tile wide hallway, get slowed down. So I think you want at least 2 to not get slowed. You can go wider than that. I don't think it matters much. Maybe for incredibly high traffic areas. New music randomly started. Yeah, for very high traffic areas, it might be helped with 3. The other thing with 3 is how wide you need for the wagon, for the caravan over here. You need to be 3 wide for a caravan to get through. So if you don't have that, then you're not gonna be able to get caravans. Okay, I really need to worry about getting attacked here. I gotta get my defenses organized. Like, we have been coasting. Let's remove. Oops, I don't want to remove the staircase. Well, I guess I don't have much of the staircase, but I want to remove the ramps. I don't want to remove this. I didn't mean to remove those ramps. Let's leave those there. There we go. I'm gonna remove these ramps. We'll build up some sort of wall things and stuff. I'm fairly sure anything they can carry, they can use weapons. That should include mugs. I think they will just wield whatever happens to be in their hand, which is why we had the Sock of Death in that one other fortress. I feel like this version runs faster. Seems to run out of time. I do feel it runs pretty quickly. I'm not sure what the difference is. It does feel... I mean, right now we don't have a ton of dwarves. Oh, we apparently got 1 more dwarf. Did we actually give birth to an actual baby? Okay, that's a masterpiece thing. No migrants that season. Oh, yeah! So apparently we don't get a GameStop for this announcement either. But yeah, Erdem, the fish dissector, gave birth to a boy. Good for them. Oh, what wall construction got suspended? Oh, over here. See, I'll need DF hack to, like, resume constructions that get paused like this. This can happen too often. It can be kind of annoying. Oh, maybe the music was for the giving birth. What is that icon? Oh, remove the current worker from the task. Oh, to stop them from doing this. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Pizza Mistress is still the crankiest. Okay, you did get fed, so that's good. You're still very unhappy that you haven't been with your family. I do like the extra unmet needs. This is actually really useful. You want to be able to think abstractly, make merry. Make merry, is that a tavern? It might be. The option to encrust weapons separated from finished goods, like constructed furniture is. I don't know. With tavern or surface keep. Yeah, maybe we do that. So I was trying to draw it out now, but we got our seasonal save. Nice thing about the seasonal save is it makes you notice when a new season starts. Mary is the Hobbit. Thanks, Grumpy Oldie. That clarifies everything. There there a button to cancel orders you give them, like how to cancel the area to mine? Well, yeah, you can cancel the mining with this. So these are to cancel designations, like if you said to chop down a tree or something. For these construction jobs, we'd hit, yeah, cancel construction this way. You just click on it. So yeah, it depends on what you're doing, how to cancel it, which I recognize is like maybe a little awkward. It's one of those things where like at this point I'm like, oh no, I'm totally used to this. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, we need more non-economic stone. That's crazy. Also, we're gonna chop some trees down. Well, let's dig deeply and greedily. I love this button here that automatically brings us to the lowest level you've exposed. Kaelinite. Wow. Yeah, we just have way too much like actual economic stone going on. Should we dig down to the cavern lair? I mean, deeply and greedily is the way to go, right? There we go. Let's dig down a whole bunch.
Hey, Quill, pay attention.
See what
There's a new
happens.
subscriber.
Hyperlooper, hey! Thank you very much. Oh, you know what? It's 5 o'clock. We've been streaming for 3 hours. So, we're digging deeply and greedily now. We're going to pause as a cliffhanger. We're going to stream more tomorrow. So tomorrow, starting 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be picking this up again and continuing from there. I definitely have to wrap it up. I hate to do it to you guys. There's so many of you around. But yeah, we're going to have to wrap it up here and continue tomorrow. Let's find a good Dwarf Fortress team to raid. But I really appreciate everyone being around. I appreciate the treat stream, which I'm going to be eating soon. I appreciate the contributions, Whiskey and Chocolate Fun. All the people remembering to use their Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm going to see you in 2 days. Now, is like Krug Smash streaming? Oh, they probably do it on, if they do it at all, they probably do it on YouTube, don't they? Here, I'm going to pick a small streamer. Let's see. I mean, I can't really judge the stream. If I raid someone who's like a Nazi, I'm sorry. I have no idea who these people are. Okay, there's someone here streaming, someone called Blippo. They have 6 viewers currently. That's who we're going to raid. Be nice to them. Be nice to them. They have 6 viewers right now. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.